Not only is The Weeknd a great singer, but it is my favorite 2 days of the week between Friday and Monday. But also, The Weeknd is now the executive producer and co-creator of a show called The Idol, one of the most notorious shows in recent history for being so bad.
I would like to be a terrorist.
And today, I'm here to tell you it is not as bad as people think. It's probably worse. I did an absolute deep dive into the show, and I'm going to watch every single episode and break it down like a little kid who's trying to beat me in basketball.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm going to use all of my knowledge in cinema and film to try and convey the message because I think it's important to actually really take a look at the series and why it failed. I don't like saying that because anyone trying is probably doing something good, and I've seen the Weeknd tweets where every time people seem to not like the show, he thinks it's bandwagon hate. So I think maybe this is a good way to break down what the show could have been, because I think the premise and the way that it could have been executed is great. But just like my wig, it's horribly badly done. And yes, I tried to get a black wig, but they didn't sell black rat tails, okay? So this is an Elsa wig from Frozen. At least I tried. You have to subscribe now. If this video gets so many likes, maybe I'll flex all my cinema knowledge on another thing. Thank you, amen. So if anybody's sitting here like, what the hell is The Idol? I thought it was like where people were singing to that British guy. Yeah, I wish. That's American Idol. This is just a Canadian Idol called The Weeknd. And the show is basically not just about him, but it's about this girl played by Johnny Depp's daughter. And I can't unsee it, so I just keep thinking of him as a girl, which is hilarious. And she's a pop star, but she's struggling to get motivation. Then she meets a guy called Tedros, who is played by The Weeknd, in a club, and that starts their journey off. Well, honestly, that's it. That's as far as the show ever goes to try and do anything. Most of the show is just indulging in overusage of drugs, sensual activity, nudity, and all of those things that we really can't even show on YouTube, so it'll be a damn miracle if I get this video out to people. But yes, HBO, acclaimed television network, such series as The Sopranos, which literally changed television and took 10 steps forward, took 20 steps backward by doing this show. Now we're back to the Stone Ages. Good work, guys. If you don't believe me, I would like to read some reviews before we get into the series. It's only 5 episodes, but it'll make you feel like 50. It's got a 4.8 out of 10 on IMDb, which is not bad. That's almost half good. And it's got a whole 18% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's 1/5. If you had 1/5 of a tomato, you'd still be hungry. I would like to read some reviews on it. This is what the critics are saying. It feels like being licked all over by some dirty drunk DJ club growling nice ass. It's not in on the joke, it is the joke. And I bet it thinks that mental illness is hot as hell, which is one of the lines in the show that they say, and I thought it was a joke, but it doesn't seem to be. So much cringe in The Idol, from the dumb dialogue to The Weeknd's bad acting. Oh, and yeah, for as great a singer as he is, he spent all his skill points in singing, because the acting... I don't know, man. I just want to confess, I'm a fan of The Weeknd. I love his music. I think he's good, but just as much as I love Tom Hanks as an actor, if Tom Hanks started rapping and saying some words that I don't think I want Tom Hanks to say, I don't know if I'd like him as much, you know? I'm not saying stick to what you know, but unless you're Donald Glover, probably not going to be great at everything. And then this is audience reviews. I was so excited to watch the show, and I've never been so let down in just one episode. Watching all 5 episodes was like listening to nails on a chalkboard. I am on episode 1, and I haven't felt this kind of disgust in decades. Oh shit. It's gotten very, very, very mixed reviews, but all of them are mixed in a different bad way. And so I thought to myself originally, how bad could it be? And when I started watching it, I really figured out how bad it is. It's also done by this guy called Sam Levinson, who's the creator of Euphoria. I believe he's also the son of director Barry Levinson, who, let me be on record here, is a much better director. But if he made Euphoria, then this is his dystopia. So, without further ado, let's get into the episodes. It's going to be a long video. Please grab a Hennessy. No, don't. Grab water. But it's going to be tough to get through. But we need to do it. So let's soldier on and watch The Idol. Episode 1, Pop Tarts and Rat Tails. It says, as Jocelyn prepares for her triumphant return, a leaked photo sends her team into crisis mode just as a journalist arrives to do an in-depth profile on her. Jocelyn has a chance encounter with a nightclub owner, Tedros. Who's me? I couldn't find the proper color rat tail. They don't sell that. Okay, 19% Rotten Tomatoes. Almost nobody liked it. Let's go. So we start off with the scene of Lily Rose Depp, who looks too much like Johnny Depp to me, so I can just picture him in a wig, and that is not something that I want to see because you see way too much of her body, you know? Maybe I shouldn't have watched it, you know? Maybe I shouldn't have watched it with my family. My grandma, she seemed to like it, so that's cool.
Give me some innocence now. That's great. Right down 0.
Ah, is that how you do sex face? I'm practicing. I'm learning a lot from this series. Hopefully The Weeknd will teach me a lot on how to be a sexy, ambitious, charming, and also crazy person. I'm feeling good. I already am wearing a wig from Frozen of Elsa, so you tell me who's the crazy one.
And now emotional.
So, this series is about protagonist Jocelyn, who is a pop star, and her trials and tribulations in the pop atmosphere and music industry. It also stars one of my favorite people, Hank Azaria, who is best known for playing many roles on The Simpsons, including Moses Lack and Chief Wiggum. For whatever reason, he's doing an accent in this, and I know that he's good at accents.
It's Tuesday, isn't it?
But it makes zero sense to me. When he should just be playing himself, I really don't understand what this acting choice was. I mean, it's not even his fault. I think someone wrote it for him. He plays a guy called Chaim.
Just need a little bit of water.
Are we romanticizing mental illness?
Absolutely.
Well, this is where I would have clicked off the series. Anyone who's romanticizing mental illness. And I know this is supposed to be, I think, I'm going to try to attempt to look at this and see what exactly this is, but I think they're trying to show the people in suits who don't understand mental illness or like the zeitgeist of what people think in the modern day culture. I think this is like, you know, Sam Levinson's and The Weeknd's take on like how people don't understand. It's like with Pink Floyd. Remember they did the album where the guys set on fire? Wish You Were Here. Thank you. No one. And one of the songs, they have a lyric and they're like, oh, by the way, which one is pink? And basically that line is like, they don't actually know anything about the people that they're doing music with. They don't know anything about the pop atmosphere or the people. They're just so far removed from reality. All they see is dollar signs. So maybe this is that. Or maybe it's stupid. That's also Troye Sivan there. He's a YouTuber turned singer turned actor.
You people are so out of touch. Stop trying to cock block America. Mental illness is sexy.
All right, I think you might as well just, you know, it's over, man. I've had enough of this series. I don't like this show. I hate this show. Are we ever gonna get redemption on this character? Because I can tell you right now, we're not. She's just someone who says some dank shit and everyone just somehow agrees with it. So that's good work, guys.
You are never gonna meet a girl like Jocelyn. She's not walking down the street. She didn't go to your high school. She doesn't work at the bar or the diner.
She doesn't have a bra. Oh my God, Jesus. What they're doing is they're shooting her album cover, I think, or just doing a photo shoot. It doesn't ever explain things. I'm just gonna try and guess what's going on because most of this plot is just an excuse to show
Profanity.
And if I wanted to see that, I just go on incognito tab and tell my friends to leave the room, unless they want to see a part of me they'd never really wanted to.
28 incognito tabs. Your pee-pee was bleeding. Begging you for mercy.
She is still never gonna f you unless she has some very serious mental problem. Is why mental illness is sexy.
There's a boob. That's one. All right, I guess it's artsy.
I'm sorry. Can I just
here 1 second.
I mean, she's doing great, you gotta admit, quite. I mean, no.
So yes, Hank Azaria, one of the best voice actors on the planet, also known for playing a role in Friends. He's an actor as well. He's a good dude, but like him doing an accent makes no sense here. I don't really get it. Yes, you can play someone from another country, but why? What's the point? What is the point? My theater teacher, when I was young and still in school, told me the same thing. I wrote a character and I was like, I'm gonna do a Scottish accent. And she looked at me and she's like, why? You can do it in your normal voice. You'd be just as good. And I was like, yeah, I was just trying to show off. You're right. There's no point. I don't get it. Mental illness is not sexy, and Hank Azaria is American, so I don't know what this accent is.
Her areola is clearly visible. We can't actually do this. Show her breast. Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Your tits. Your nudity rider.
So apparently she doesn't have any problem with showing her boobsicles, which is fine. But I think the world does. And I don't mean Lily Rose Depp. I'm talking about people when you do album covers. Because if you could show full nudity, wouldn't most artists do that? Sex sells. We know this. If I was an artist...
Hold up. Wait a minute.
And I could just show whatever, I'd show a ball. This would be my album cover. I'll just be sticking out. It would be called Deck My Balls or something as a Christmas album. But we can't do that. So I don't know how this is even realistic. It's been a minute. And this is just not a realistic thing.
It is my body.
If you want to show your body, we have to change the nudity rider.
Okay, so I'm not allowed to show my body?
It's actually very progressive.
I just don't understand. I cannot believe someone actually wrote this scene. It's not even legal. It doesn't matter if she wants to show her body. It matters that people are going to see this. You can't just show it to the public. It's not like her album is going to go straight to the R18 section. This is not how music works. Why? We're already like skipping things in the music industry here. This is already far-fetched. But it gets so much worse. Like if you're thinking, oh, this is already like, it's like 100 times worse.
It's also my boob and my house.
It's my boob, dude. Come on, dude. It's my boob. I'm gonna show my boob to the people. People are gonna see my boob. You wanna see my boob? I'm gonna wear a boob tube and show my boob on YouTube. Boobs tubes. Whoever wrote that line, you deserve to get fired.
I gotta show you something.
Here.
What is that?
This photo just leaked.
Anyway, while she's doing her crazy album shoot, a photo gets leaked and it trends all over Twitter. Can you guess what that photo is? Maybe it's a photo of her butt cheeks, maybe her boob. You're wrong. It's far, far worse.
What?
Someone on her face and then took a photo.
Yeah. Someone jizzed on her face and then took a photo and they put it on Twitter. So she's not just a pop star, she's a popped star. This is what episode 1 is, guys. I know The Weeknd's music is about him being provocative when he started his career. Then he became more public, started working with Daft Punk, making more commercial music, and now he's going back to his roots. But as a musician, you can take more creative liberties. This is just, it's a different medium, man. Subtlety is a big thing in cinema and movies and TV. This is bad.
You want to get in closer?
Oh my. Who did that?
Who did that? Probably a guy, I would hope. God damn it. He had to look really close. He looked at it like Nathan Drake looks at map in Uncharted. He was like, God damn, that is jizz. I thought that was milk.
That was a selfie?
Yeah, you could tell by the angle. She was on her knees.
Yeah.
She wasn't standing.
She's famous. She can't do that.
I will find out who it is, I promise.
I would like to ask a question. Who are any of these people? What is his relation to her? Clearly not the dad, because he looked way too close at that photo. Who's the black woman? Who's the other one? I'm sure we'll find out, but now would be a good time. It's episode 1. I'd like to know. I hate to compare this episode, and I will at the end, but I've got a comparison that's pretty stellar. Carry on with this.
Hey, you and me gonna talk in private, okay?
So the coordinator who's supposed to, like, make sure that she's okay gets absolutely wrecked in the scene. And in the actual behind the scenes, the real life coordinator apparently quit because they didn't know that they were going to be made fun of for their job. So this is already just a great scene.
She wants to show her breasts. Please step in here. You, come here. Keep this door shut.
Chaim or whatever his name is, assaults this man and shuts him in the bathroom for doing his job correctly, and then pays another man $5,000 to keep him there for 3 hours instead of firing him, telling him his services are no longer wanted, or just doing anything other than what he did. And we're supposed to like these characters, by the way. It's gonna be a long series.
Google Jocelyn right now.
Does she know about this?
No.
Who did this?
Probably a guy, I think. I'm not Sherlock Holmes, but I think a guy.
We're the #1 trending topic on Twitter.
Who among us has not had balls on their face?
This guy right here, Tedros. It's me, Tedros. My face has been clean for years. I've been cleaning people's face for years, if you know what I mean.
I think it used to be fun. Didn't it
Anyway.
used to be fun? Wasn't that a hot date years ago?
Damn. I need to go on some hot date years ago. Dates nowadays is like, are you gonna pay for that? And then you get to the door and they're like, okay, bye. Shit, I need to go back to this. Oh, she looks old, like maybe the 1400s or something. Oh, also Blackpink's Jennie Kim is in this. Yes, I had to search that up. I don't know anything about her.
Her mother died of cancer, and Jocelyn was there, the morphine and the thing, and holding her mother's hand.
Wow, what a way to drop character information. This is so clunky exposition, and also, besides it being clunky, so stupid. Jocelyn's mother died of cancer, so like, you know, that's why she's not feeling mentally right and showing her nipples at the same time. Also, the guy that we locked in the bathroom, he died of heat stroke. I'm gonna pay the guy $5,000 to dispose of his body. Where's Jocelyn's father, by the way? Does she have one? Do we know? Okay, whatever.
Joss, meet Talia.
Yeah, I'm really excited to talk to you. I'm just in the middle of something, but I'll come find you
Yeah,
later.
for sure.
Okay.
I'm sure it's been a lot today.
So it turns out Jocelyn doesn't realize that she's trending on Twitter because she's so busy taking nude photos of herself and dancing with her homies. She doesn't realize what happened, and everyone has to tell her. It's been like almost half an episode and no plot has developed at all. All I've learned is that she has a dead mother. The Weeknd's a great singer, man. He is a great singer.
No one's told her about the photo yet? I love how referential the choreography is.
Everyone's touching everyone. I like that. I haven't seen that since Barney Uncensored. I don't get it. I'm being subjected to watch some horrible television. Why? Why is The Weeknd doing this to me?
I think what Britney and Jocelyn have gone through is really unique. Jocelyn saying, I will not be written off.
Just by the way, that referencing Britney Spears and how, turbulent her life is, and she had a tough time with, like, her father. I think that that's a way better way to explore the series. If the character study is, like, based on Britney Spears, I think they could have delved a lot more deep into her life, because they paint Jocelyn as someone who's pretty airheaded and doesn't really have any emotions other than sex. I think, a thing on Britney Spears would have been great, but it just doesn't happen. And also, this show was supposed to have 6 episodes, but they cut it down to 5 because of how bad the backlash was. So there's a lot of unresolved plots, which I will, again, ask at the end. We'll have to figure out.
Tickets went on sale 1 week ago.
Have you seen this one? How are 14-year-old girls gonna buy tickets for this when she's frosted like a Pop-Tart?
Wait. What are you talking about? 14-year-old girls watching her like a Pop-Tart. Did you see where that guy's hands were? Is this a petting zoo? Because he's petting a cat right there. You know what I mean? I don't know. Jocelyn doesn't seem like the most child-friendly person.
Baby shark doo doo doo.
To what do we owe the pleasure?
My 15-year-old daughter sent me a photo I really wish she had.
Did you come all the way over here to shame Jocelyn?
Hold up. Shut the hell up. First, that's Eli Roth. He's a director. He's also in Inglourious Basterds. Secondly, your daughter sent you that? What kind of relationship do you have with your daughter that she's like, hey, Dad, look at that. This girl has jizz on her face. She got creamed on the face, Dad. Which father and daughter in their right mind have this kind of relationship?
I'm just worried she's having another psychotic break.
Joss! See? She's doing great.
Hey, honey. Okay. Now, does that look like someone on the verge of a psychotic break?
The show could have probably been a lot better if it showed the actual mental stress maybe on pop stars. I'm sure a lot of them have so many avenues that they have to go down. They're not even fully in control of their own lives. I think the paranoia and the anxiety that comes with dealing with that situation is probably pretty crazy and something to explore. They could have done it so much better, or they could have actually tried with that, and I would have thought, okay, this is a pretty decent series. But they don't go down that route either.
Are they all watching me? Joss, you got this.
We're gonna crush this one.
This is like the 8th time I'm listening to the song, and I just realized if a fan's all 14, you probably shouldn't have like a song where you're talking about riding people like a horse. You know what? I'm not even gonna say anything. Pop stars have said worse stuff, and people still think they're child friendly. So. Ooh, that was a necessary shot. A slow motion shot of her arse cheeks bouncing up and down. That was fantastic. What was the director thinking when he put that in? I wonder. Did Steven Spielberg come on set and be like, damn, you know what I needed in Jurassic Park? More ass shots.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
I needed ass shots of the T-Rex. Then I would have won my Oscar finally. Duh. Obviously.
What is it?
This just posted on the internet.
Oh, wow, they show it. Oh, that's not even bad. Plus, I'm sorry. Whoops. Pretend I didn't say that. But honestly, that's not too bad. I've seen worse. Okay.
This is everywhere? Yeah.
So Jocelyn finds out that the photo of her getting Django'd, unchained on is all over the internet. This is her reaction.
We've subpoenaed Reddit. They're tracking down the IP address that posted it, so we're on it.
That's not how Reddit works. Please, come on. Whichever 50-year-old man wrote this, we've subpoenaed Reddit. We've put down the IP address, and they're gonna track. The whole of Reddit is gonna track that shit down. Good screenwriting, buddy.
I mean, I feel like it could be a lot worse.
Right?
100%.
Right.
Yeah.
We're on it.
What do they call this? The Banuki?
Cocky.
Yeah, the Banuki. That's right. She got the Banuki'd. So it doesn't seem to bother Jocelyn that she got Bunaki'd on.
Cocky.
And she says that it could be a whole lot worse. So for the first half of the movie, the crisis is averted, and the thing that we were worried about isn't that big of a deal. This is the kind of series that we're dealing with. Every plot goes nowhere. So anyway, Jocelyn and Jenny Kim, I actually don't know what her name is in the script. I'm just gonna call her Jenny Kim. Go to a club. And at the club, someone beautiful, someone talented, someone amazing sees her. But it's not The Weeknd. He's playing a guy called Tedros, who is talentless and also very creepy.
You're an icon. You're a legend. I gotta have a dance with you. I'm coming over.
You can already tell, man, he's not the greatest actor. He couldn't shake that Canadian accent. Unfortunately, Canadians and like intimidation don't work.
Fuck you! I hope your whole family has a nice Christmas!
But he's playing a character who is a cult leader and also supposed to be a charming villainous role. It's really important to know that when you have a villainous role, you still want the audience to like you. It's very easy to write a really horrible villain, but in that case, you need to have a very good protagonist so that people are invested in the story for a reason. Tedros is actually one of the main protagonists, or antagonists, whatever you prefer to call him, but he's not charming. He's not funny. He's not very smart. Like, there's nothing really redeeming about him, so nobody can empathize or even sympathize with this character. And The Weeknd, for as great a singer as he is, I think he put all of his talent points into singing, because the acting is just, I'm sorry, man, it's just not, it's not there, son. It's not there. So within like 5 seconds, they go from not knowing each other to kissing. You know, honestly, again, maybe this is a statement on Hollywood and how fast romance occurs. Maybe this is a very high piece of art. It's like a Banksy, and we're just not understanding it. So maybe it's that. But anyway, they go from kissing to banging just like that.
With a rat tail before.
A rat tail? Is that what you called it?
Well, Jocelyn, you know, the looks match the person, and this is what my rat tail would look like in 5 years when I actually don't diet anymore. I'm on a diet, but I don't diet, if you know what I mean. This rat tail could turn into a mustache anytime.
Jaws? Hey, have any of you guys seen Jaws? She's gone.
Boner killer.
This goes from hardcore to what a boner killer. Whoever wrote this script let you down so badly. What a boner killer. That and I'm showing my boob. Did a 14-year-old write this? Is this a 14-year-old fan fiction? You know what? I can't even hate on it. The person who watched Twilight wrote a fan fiction and made 50 Shades of Grey. So I'm half convinced the person who watched 50 Shades of Grey wrote this and was like, damn, we're just gonna keep the hype pipe train going.
Joss?
You want to dance?
So while Jocelyn's PA/friend is looking for her, she runs into Dennis Rodman, and he is, you know, at the club as he always is. So he's dancing.
When can I hit this new album?
Never. Because it's stupid and I hate it.
How can you put out something you hate?
Pop music is just superficial.
I think Prince would disagree.
So now we're into the, you know, one of these, you know, one of the hair throwing, this is one of the moments in The Idol that tries to feel special and talk about pop and compare different artists, and they say Prince is a pop artist. Yes, but he was more than that. But now they're going to have this philosophical debate because people who think they're smart as screenwriters write stuff like this. We're now comparing Jocelyn to Prince. Prince, the guy who played every single instrument on his first album, to the person who had lyrics like, I want to ride you like a horse.
I love Prince.
You're gonna call When Doves Cry and superficial?
So all I have to do is make music like Prince?
Pretty much, yeah. If you can do that, then you'll be sorted for life. But seeing as nobody else ever can do that, that's not the case. What a boner killer.
I didn't say that.
I like you.
I like you too. You got the best job in the world. You should be having way more fun.
After the boner killer, they have a philosophical combination.
What?
I was gonna say conversation, I guess. And they end up, I guess, leaving the club without doing anything. But Jocelyn goes home and she feels very, very stimulated from the conversation, and she jacks off. Sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, she also chokes herself and does it. This is like 50 Shades of Grey, except the main actor didn't show up. And the goal was like, I guess I'll do this myself then. What's that a series I did? 365 Days. This is that, but in English. But at least in 365 Days, he looked like he could actually pull this role off. The Weeknd with a rat tail is not the idea I think of when I think of sexy. Drake with a rat tail. Now that's also disgusting. But Will Smith with the rat tail. Now that's disgusting. Just anyone with it, really.
Joss. Gotta get up.
Does your mom live here too?
So it's the next morning. Joss has pleasured herself. She wakes up to an interview with Vanity Fair, and the reporter clearly hasn't done their homework because she asks, is your mommy here? Does she live with you too? Her mom died, bitch. Sorry.
That photo came out. Can't even imagine all the shame and humiliation you must have been feeling. It didn't derail you. The focus that must have taken. It's like an Olympian. It's extraordinary.
I don't think I've ever heard someone compare getting jizzed in the face to an Olympic athlete. Looking at Michael Phelps in a whole different light now. Frosted Flakes, huh? Yeah.
I'm sorry, was there a question?
Did it hurt? That photo.
Oh, I thought she was going to say when you fell from heaven. I was like, wow, this is an old pickup line.
Did you fall from heaven? Yeah. Because your face is all f***ed up.
Also, very inappropriate for an interview, but cool.
But I mean, what am I supposed to do?
I don't know. Up the guy that did it to you. I think it would be inspirational for young women and girls all around the world.
Hold on. I'm sorry. The Vanity Fair person is being crazy. First of all, it was established that she took the selfie, which means it's on her phone. I don't know how he put it up, unless she took his phone. Secondly, she didn't even know who did it, which is like, how many guys do you sleep with that you don't even know the person? I think you know who jizzed on your face. I feel like that's one of those things. 90% of the time, you should be knowing that. 100%.
We all have to answer to somebody.
Who do you answer to?
God.
Inspirational. This inspirational. This is like a edgy teenager wrote this, man. Who do you answer to? G. D. So anyway, that's the interview with the Vanity Fair reporter. It actually goes almost nowhere. Again, people are talking about Jizzy Face over here, but nobody... It's going nowhere. I don't even know what the show is trying to say.
Damn.
What you trying to say?
Even if it was like Twin Peaks, at least that show has merit in itself in that you don't really understand all of it, but David Lynch is such a good director that you get to craft your own story out of a lot of the things he does. It's a very different style, and it's very easy to pick up on that he's going for that. This show is confusing on all levels. It is nighttime now. Jocelyn is again not confident in her music, but then this gem of a scene happens where they talk about my boy Tedros.
I'm like embarrassed.
Well, that's because it's different than anything you've ever done before. It's like edgy, but like in a cool way.
This is how they pitched the show, I'm sure. It's like edgy, but in a cool way. It's like not bad edgy, you know? It's good edgy, like a good wedgie, you know? And then HBO was like, yeah, we made The Sopranos. I think we could fuck a show up. Yeah, we made one amazing show that we could make a horrible one. It should be fine.
It's really good.
Baby, you better have a bank account if you want to see what I'm about. I'm a good girl gone bad.
It's fun.
I think I'm gonna invite Tedros over.
Yeah, so they have another pretentious conversation about how her songs are not really lyrically, I guess, powerful. If you wanted to be lyrically great, be Bob Dylan. If you don't. I don't, like, okay. And then they talk about Tedros, and they say this, which, I can't even repeat it.
He's so
glizzy.
Yeah, I kind of like that about him.
I don't know who wrote this, which male fantasy gaze this is, to think that that is a good thing, but it is not. I've never known a girl in her life, in reality, to ever say that. This is like Harvey Weinstein's fantasy.
He's so...
It's okay, no one has to know, baby girl.
This is not who you want to be looking up to. If R. Kelly saw this, he'd be like, yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Nobody likes that quality. Charming, funny, intelligent, maybe those are qualities. But that one that she just said? No.
Hi.
All right, so that night she does invite Tedros over, and he comes there looking like a Matrix extra. I don't know if you could possibly punchline even more the fact that he's bad. Someone looked at him and was like, yo, a rat tail would make you an evil person. But he looks like he was auditioning for The Matrix, but it was this year.
Trinity! Help!
And he didn't know that it came out like 20 years ago.
Just make yourself at home.
You sure?
That's ominous, man. You played 4 notes on a keyboard. You have the same skill level as a toddler. Okay, Bach. You sit Bach down, man. This is The Weeknd being evil to people. This is the face of evil. And also, whoever wrote the script is actually evil.
Hello, Angel. Hello, Angel. Hello, Angel.
He then does some blow, repeats the line, hello, Angel, and when she walks down, he says it like this, hello, Angel. If he did, I would have gave this series an Emmy myself.
Hello, Angel.
You call all the girls Angel?
Only Angel. And my Spanish friend, he's also named Angel. There's a couple of people called Angel in my life. Yeah. Anyway, I did some in your bathroom. I hope you don't mind.
Can I play you my new song? Everyone in my life is like telling me that it's really great, but I don't believe that.
And you trust me?
I just think you're enough of an asshole.
Well, you don't actually know him. You know him as Tedros, and you probably think his last name is Rat Tail. You know, you met him yesterday. You tried to bone him. You had a boner killer moment. Since then, you invited him over. You say he has a certain vibe that I can't repeat. And for some reason, you trust this guy with your whole career. Okay. Well done. Well done, Jocelyn.
I just think you're enough of an asshole that you might tell me the truth.
Well, anyway, so Jocelyn asked for a second opinion on her music because she thinks everyone with her is just a yes man, and she thinks anyone with the rat tail has enough rebellion to disagree. So she shows him the music, and Tedros thinks there's things to be changed. The song sounds like it was written by like AI. It just sounds like a bunch of words put together. Cause I know that you know that I know when I'm telling you that you know I don't give a fuck about you knowing things about me. And then I know that you're looking at my face through the mirror in your eyelids. I'm going to the islands. I'm glad we had to listen to it 600 times in the first episode.
Well, I like it. Just
One minor note. If you're gonna sing a song called I'm a Freak, you should at least sing it like you know how to freak.
What makes you think I don't know how to
Okay, so Tedros gives the greatest advice of all time. If you're gonna sing a song called Like a Freak, you should know how to freak. If you're gonna sing a song called I'm Sorry Dad, you should really let your father down first. You gotta really, you gotta be the part. Maybe you just need to freak. No matter what the song's about, you just need to know how to freak.
You ever listen to Donna Summer? Love to Love You, Baby? When she sings, there's no doubt that she knows how to freak.
So then the weekend, Tedros takes some ice and, he does that 50 Shades of Grey thing. He rubs it down her thigh. This is going to, inspire her. This is how every artist, works. My favorite Travis Scott song is Sicko Mode with Drake. One of them rubbed the other one's balls with some ice. I don't know who it was because they both did a great performance vocally. Who rubbed Phil Collins' balls on I Can Feel It Calming in the Air Tonight? You know that song? Who put the ice on his ball? Because that song was amazing. Man, I just keep thinking about Michael Jackson. Oh, no. This is how artists record music? I want to be an artist.
You're thinking too much. You need to block out the world.
Tedros basically does this weird scene. He basically puts a red blanket, I think it's her dress, over her own head, and then he rips a hole in the mouth, and then he's like, now you can see everything. It's like some metaphorical, symbolic / erotic thing that's going on here. I'm not really sure what this is, but that concludes the first episode. At this point, I was like, I need a heavy drink and maybe some of that. I want to compare the first episode to Breaking Bad's first episode, where everything you need to know about the series is set up in that one episode. This series has taught me nothing so far. I don't know why I'm watching this character. I don't know enough about Tedros. I don't know what any of the side characters are supposed to do. I still don't get how the black lady is connected to anyone. There is a lot of questions, and a good first episode should leave you with all of the answers and give the viewer a choice as to whether they want to watch the second episode. It actually should usually be one of the best episodes because it's the hook. The two examples I can think of, again, are Breaking Bad and Modern Family. Modern Family might have the most perfect first episode ever made. Breaking Bad's a very close second. This is a show where a woman gets jizz on her face and everyone's just clapping. Episode 2, Double Fantasy. After clashing with her team over the album's first single, Jocelyn pushes herself to the limit on the set of a new music video, while Nikki sees potential in a backup dancer, Diane. Tedros introduces Jocelyn and Leo to Isaac and Chloe. It's just a lot of names and no plot. Love that, guys.
Okay, who knows why we've been summoned?
You guys have been summoned by whichever Satan offspawn hates me. Offspring? Offspawn? Oh my god, I need a drink.
You guys are enabling her. Not
The
all
girl's
oars are in the water.
mother died.
People die all the time.
Sorry, I was getting, you know what I mean? You gotta do what you gotta do. What I missed here was apparently somehow her music correlates to her mother's death. And this lady in red, whose name I forget, she said everyone dies, and everyone's like, oh, you're so insensitive. It's not. She's just being honest. Everyone does die. It doesn't mean you should make shitty music. If anything, you should make better music. Be a tribute to your mother. Maybe your mother hated your music, and that's why she was like, I'm out, bro.
Emotional damage.
Honestly, Jocelyn, I don't know at this point.
Last night, I got a little bit inspired, and I took World Class Sinner, and I redid it.
All right, so Jocelyn is inspired by the events yesterday after she got ice up her punani, and then she plays World Class Sinner, but this time it sounds like she's getting freaked while it's playing, and we all have to listen to it now.
It's time to leave. You ready to start your work when I come? 'Cause I need dealing with.
Yeah, I think she just put sex in the song. This is social commentary on how pop stars use sexuality to sell so much that the people in the suits are trying to sell it to a point where it doesn't even classify as music. You're just basically trying to sell pornos. Is this what this is?
It's not happening. We spend millions putting you with producers, and now you're going to sit here and tell me I don't like it.
Well, anyway, the agent says that you're gonna like the song no matter what, and you're basically the vehicle for our ideas to sell money, and that's what lots of celebrities and especially media people are. They're vehicles for endorsements and advertisements where other people can make money off of. That's sort of sometimes how it goes, and it's really unfortunate when you pull back the curtain and you see the celebrity is really not a celebrity, it's just a person they built up. This theme, if it was explored in detail, would have been a great thing. It's not. This show misses on every shot it takes.
We're not gonna win this one.
I just didn't realize how hard this was gonna be without her. What did you think of the song? You don't believe in it?
You know what I believe in?
God, right? That's a callback from the last episode because it was so good, right? Right? I'm gonna drink this Hennessy.
You know what I believe in? You. 100%.
What is their relationship though? Like, who is he? Because he's not her father. He's Chaim. Keeps chiming in. But I don't know what exactly. I don't know who he is in the plot. I don't get it. I don't. Does everyone in Hollywood just have a rich foreigner who believes in them? Is this the standard Hollywood pack? I honestly, I gotta get to Hollywood. I need to figure this shit out.
Cannot eat the glizzy every day, girl, laugh my ass off, dancing Disraelis, DDP.
So while she's listening to her own song that night, she starts getting horny. Sorry, that's funny. Why even have pornos where you can watch yourself do things and get horny? That's a very funny concept. But she starts giving herself the pleasure again, and she imagines the beautiful night she had with Tedros the other day.
That was just the first night working together. I realized my phone was on silent all day, and my assistant had my phone.
So where are you from originally?
So after, thinking about Tedros, she calls Tedros, or he calls her, and they have a conversation. It goes nowhere. But in the meantime, Dennis Rodman is having a conversation with Jocelyn's assistant. And guess what? That also goes nowhere. So you're welcome. But it's always nice to see Dennis Rodman as a young person again. I'm not going to dignify it by even calling him what his actual name is. He's Dennis Rodman to me.
We should go on a trip.
Show me around. I'd love that. If you can handle it.
What the fuck was that?
If you can handle it. If you can Sir, can you say that deeper? Action. Can you handle it? I'm not like Vin Diesel. Just like deeper, but like stupidly deep. Yeah, that'll do. That's good work, Dennis. Good. Love you in the Chicago Bulls.
So you're going back to the original version of the song?
Yeah.
Says I'm gonna have to go back to the original version of the song. Tedros doesn't take too well to this.
I'm not always so sure that I have a vision.
I think you know exactly who you are and where you want to go.
What do you think?
Again, there's like a visionette of a scene that could actually be used to have some semblance of like good writing, good directing. It's where they have these zoom outs of like Jocelyn looking a bit aimless and wandering aimlessly in like a world where everyone else seems to have a life planned out for her. Would be good if they explored that in depth. But before we can have any depth, the scene skips to her music video shoot.
Got it! That was amazing, John!
I can do this move a lot better. And this whole beginning part needs to be tighter. It's just like a first take. I know it'll be better next time.
I've heard the song too many times, man. If they really wanted to play a good song, they could have like made a catchy actual song and then put that up. So every time I heard it, I want to hear more. But anyway, Jocelyn is doing the music video over and over again, and she's beginning to get frustrated, getting in her own head about things. Again, a good topic that should have been explored but isn't. The best thing I can say about The Idol is that it touches on themes that it could actually explore. The worst thing about The Idol is that it touches on lots of people's genitalia, and that's what they seem to want to explore for most of the series. So
If there's any way we could just like take today and shoot tomorrow, like I really think it'll be better.
It's like $450,000.
I don't care.
Well, I care.
So Jocelyn can't get it right. She's overthinking and she says, let's just shut it down. But it turns out the production does not have another day to do this. And she's again forced to make a tough decision.
You can do it.
I can do this.
I mean this, because we don't have a choice.
I talked to my guy.
Yeah?
He said that this dude's name is Tedros.
Ooh, that's a nice shot. You guys got two auspicious people behind the camera. That's very good. You got the silhouettes there. I don't really know in context what that shot would be. But apparently this man's name is Tedros. So his first and last name is the same? You know the last guy who was named the same thing twice, DJ Khaled, his real and official name is Khaled.
Another one.
And you know how he turned out, so I don't think this is gonna go well for anyone.
Breaks my heart to see her like this, huh?
Oh, God. It breaks my soul to watch like this. God, this show really drags on, and we cut it down, and it drags. This show's a drag in every sense. It's not fun. It's not even dramatic. It's like nothing. This is like a testament to your will if you can watch it. I feel like they play this to people in prison, and if you can like watch it and not break down, they let you out. They're like, you are a changed person. Seriously. So she finally gets it right. But the camera, apparently the motor slips. This guy focused so hard that everything went blurry. He messed up everything, but nobody yelled cut.
And I'm wild as a stallion, so come enjoy the rodeo.
Good piece of music right there. Someone said, I'm wild as a stallion, in something about rodeo, and then someone else walked in, or probably kicked in the door and said, you know what you guys need? You guys need a neigh from a horse. People don't know what the rodeo is. You put a horse in there. Rodeo? That's not for bulls and shit. That's a horse sound. Put it in.
You're gonna have to do it again.
So it turns out Jocelyn has been like dancing for so long, her feet are all bruised and like bloodied, and she's just not having a good time. There's blood everywhere, and everyone is starting to feel sorry for her, and she is having another an episode. Meanwhile, back at Tedros's place.
Don't fight it. You've done it before. Don't fight it. You've done it before. Lower thrust. They're the audience. Make them believe you want to freak them.
I did not know that to sing well, you need to know how to f***. That's probably why I can't hit a goddamn note. Apparently, you need to want to f*** the audience.
Lower, Isaac. Lower. Yeah. You're not a human, Isaac. Don't forget. You're a star.
So basically, Tedros is showing off his evil ability. He's got a shock collar on Dennis Rodman and is like, you gotta thrust. Thrust is a must. I guess we're seeing the evil cult-like person that he is. I'm not sure if he's supposed to be like Charlie Manson or something, but the big thing that's missing is that all of these killers, all of these people had charisma. Tedros just seems like a crazy individual. I don't understand why anyone would actually be listening to him.
We can take a break.
Yeah, honestly, that look on his face is how I've been looking the whole series. I just feel like contemplating my life choices while watching the show. It really makes you think about things that you want to think about to do with the show. Things like, do I like my life? Are my friends really my friends? You know, things that you just run through your head when you're bored.
I'm just gonna be real with you. I think it might be time to go home.
Didn't everybody like say it costs too much and they need her to stay here? Now it's okay for her to go home.
What now? I have an idea. Will you go get Diane, bring her here? Your story's about to get a lot bigger.
So while they send Jocelyn home to recover from her situation, Nikki sees, I think her name's Diane, Jenny Kim, and she's like, yo, you dance, do you sing? So she's basically trying to replace her. Again, here's a theme that could be explored, because when we talk about celebrities or YouTubers or anybody who's in entertainment, your value is only as good as your stock at the time. What I mean by that is everybody has a prime, and once that is over, someone else could replace them at any given moment. So the paranoia associated with could someone replace me or take my place, is huge in the industry. There is no job security as an entertainer. Well, anyway, the point is, that theme didn't get explored. They threw that out the window as well.
It's just irresponsible of me to keep floating you for almost a year now if you are not going to put out any commercial music.
Managers don't float people money. That's not how managers work. That's how investors and producers work. Labels do that. Label managers, perhaps, but label managers don't manage one artist and look at their, work this closely. You guys are not actually being true to what you're trying to do in the music industry. I didn't say this earlier, but 95% of artists don't mix their own work. So when she was busy treating her own vocals at the start of this episode, that's almost never what happens unless you're a producer yourself, which is not the case because she doesn't do basically anything.
I'm telling you, I want to be bigger than this song. I want to be a once-in-a-generation artist.
Well, then you gotta write proper music for that. You can't be shit and also be a generation artist.
And I want to make music that lasts longer than my life.
Boy, if you don't... You made a song that says, you could ride me like a rodeo, and then you had a horse neigh. I mean, it'll last your life, but probably as a meme, so you're half right. Anyway, that night, Jocelyn calls Tedros and is like, hey, would you come over? Tedros says, yeah, all right. And she puts on her heels, showing that she has resilience. I guess that's somewhat thematic. Good job. And they meet up.
Hi, I don't think we've met before.
We haven't. I'm Isaac.
So Tedros brings his friends, or his pumpies, his pumpettes. I don't know what you'd call them. And they come to the house as well, and one of them gets instantly buck naked and jumps into a pool. Upon hearing that there is even a pool, she pollutes it with her dirty body.
Guess who?
Hi.
That's the reaction when anyone walks into my house. Hey. So what, you're my friend? Is that what this is? She seems to be infatuated with Dennis Rodman over there.
How did you get here?
I followed you home.
Haha.
I like how he talks. I feel like he put that on. God, you're stunning. I came here with Tedros. Everyone knows Tedros. Sounds like he's, having an O every time he says a sentence. Much like the real Dennis Rodman, actually. Maybe he's a great actor.
You ever done Can't trust me?
I just met you.
So Tedros basically infiltrates the apartment. I guess he almost in a forceful way tries to gain control of Leia, who is the friend of Jocelyn. So in a way, it could be seen as he is trying to assert his dominance and take control by giving them drugs and doing things to influence them. I like the idea of it. I like the idea of his character being that slimy. I think it's one of the few moments that I can say, oh, I see what they're doing. Meanwhile, him and Jocelyn are toasting, and Jocelyn's like, to my downfall, and he does not want to toast to that.
How did you meet Tedros?
Tedros was at a service one day. Yeah, he heard me sing. And the next thing I knew, he signed me.
They don't explain this, but Tedros apparently went and recruited all of these people in different areas. Some of them when they were in need, others when he just sold them dreams, much like a music manager. Again, great theme to start off with. It doesn't go anywhere, but Tedros is basically giving these people pipe dreams and trying to profit off of them.
Oh. Yeah, all right, turn around. Let's see those titties.
They act like me when I was like 15, bro.
You think you're a man with a gun in your hand, don't you?
Why? Why is he acting like an actual schoolboy? Turn around. Oh, shit, let me see those titties. Oh my God. I gotta show my friends. Can I take a picture?
Daddy, chill.
They won't believe me though. Oh, damn it. Whew, those are some nice titties. What is this, man? What is this?
Stretch that tiny little...
It's a memeable moment. I've seen this on many shorts on YouTube. Everyone cringe. He became a cringe lord after this. It's not something you want to hear your favorite artists say. I don't think so. Maybe, maybe certain people can get away with it, but this ain't it, chief. Sorry, man. Oh, yeah, even to the yeah. You sound like a Clint Eastwood audition.
I mean, it'd be easier if I moved in, you know, for work purposes.
I'd like that.
So that night, Tedros gives her all of his meat like a butcher, and the next morning they're laying in bed, and Tedros is back to work as the musical pimp he is. Apparently, everyone stayed the night, and in the morning, when Jocelyn wakes up, the naked lady pool girl starts singing a song about family and how everyone's family. And it's supposed to be some pretentious, like, symbolic gesture of how everyone's now a family, and, you know, in the cult, they've all become part of the cult, and basically this was Jocelyn's initiation, and they all somehow know the lyrics.
That's my family. We don't like each other very much.
Even Jocelyn seems to know the lyrics to a song that I don't know. Maybe the song already exists, but I don't think it does. But this is supposed to be their initiation, and it's so on the nose that it hurts. I just don't like this scene.
But it breaks my mother's heart.
And the episode ends with Leia being looked at like an outcast, and she's basically watching Jocelyn proceed to get caught up in the cult. And that's how the episode ends. On to episode 3, guys. But before we do, just wanted to sit up.
One day later.
I fell asleep. I fell asleep between episodes. I think we're on episode 3. So The Weeknd also sings his own music in the Idol, which, you know, would be nice, but at the moment he's giving her a little BJ in the car, a woman BJ.
The fuck is that?
But she's going shopping with Tedros, who's picking out her wardrobe, getting more controlling. How did they know this shit was gonna be there? Do people just wake up in LA and just expect people to... Is that how it works? Where's Steve Carell right now? Should I go to an office and just hope? Damn, I didn't know people just waited outside for, like, celebrities. I mean, I know they do, but at the store?
Oh my god. Wow. Oh my god.
You like it?
It's so sexy. I just want to tear this right off.
I like, his voice is just really funny to me. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So fucking sick, I want to tear that shit right off. But he's Canadian. I don't know, man. Canadian and most things just... Maybe I'm just hating on Canada.
Canada.
I love Canada.
Canada.
Maybe not the acting. But anyway, they're horned up again after a whole 5 minutes of letting us breathe.
Are these a 7?
Yes, I believe so.
It's coming up. The greatest scene in cinema history off TV.
Let me catch you looking at her again. Let me catch you looking at her again.
Let me catch you looking at her again. Let me catch you looking at her again. He got them lip movements. Let me catch you looking at her again.
Let me catch you looking at her again. I'm sorry. I'll catch you looking at her again. I'll drag you down Rodeo and curb stomp you. I'm sorry. I'll curb stomp you.
I'll curb stomp you. I'll stop your curbs. You want your curb stomped? I'm gonna stop you. I will kill you. I will kill you. Is that a good scene, guys? No. Oh, it's the best I can do. This is intimidation at 0. Dude is taller, so sometimes, like, as an actor, being intimidating is like, you need some other tactics. For instance, Al Pacino as Scarface is crazy intimidating, and Al Pacino's not a super tall man, so you're gonna have to do other things. You also have a rat tail, which means you have to be even more intimidating to compensate for the fact you have this going on in the back of your head. So this is not going well.
I'm not sure what you were interpreting, but
let me see
I wasn't doing anything.
This is the greatest response. I don't even know if they wrote that. I'm sorry, sir. I don't know what it is you think you're interpreting, but you and your rat tail can get the fuck out of my store. So I don't know if this is what he was going for, like fake intimidating. Again, the show could have been great if Tedros was someone who thought he was something that he isn't. He might have been someone who wanted to be successful, didn't get success, and then resorted to this sort of life. So everything he tries to do, he can't do well, and that would have been a great character study, but I would think you'd need to be a very good actor to portray the nuances that comes with not getting your way and faking everything. That is a very tough character to play. But he seems to be playing it straight, and if that's the way that he's doing it, then I don't know if any of this works at all.
I called you 14 times. Where are you?
I'm really scared. This guy Tedros is just like taking over the house.
Gun. What does that mean? He's taking over the house.
What are you gonna do from there, bro? What are you just gonna shoot up the house? What? FBI, open up! What kind of manager are you? Oh my god, dude. You're the craziest manager of all time. No wonder you're from a country that doesn't exist. Jesus. Gun. He's on the phone? Put the gun on the phone. I'm gonna shoot this phone up right now.
Where is Jocelyn right now?
We're shopping.
They're shopping.
This is some.
Yeah, I hate when people shop. This is some man. Yeah, that's great. Thanks. This will make the series a lot better. Good line. Great. Whoever wrote that line for her, fantastic. By the way, she's a great actress. She was in Dolomite, is my name. And Jesus. Why do we give people roles that are so stupid sometimes? My God.
Like, really, you have to see it. He's taking control of the house, like, mentally.
And physically at this point, just by the way. But anyway, they go shopping. Tedros confronts people, and he's a very jealous person. His insecurities are starting to come out. Great character development. If it actually was character development, it would have been great.
So when Mike Dean gets here, that's Kanye's producer.
Yeah.
Where should he set up?
They're now back at the house. He's taking over the house. And guess who's coming through? Mike frickin' Dean. Mike Dean is one of the greatest synthesizing keyboardists ever. He's like Scott Storch. He's like the DNA of a lot of great music. Him and Kanye West. He'll be in the series, by the way. Anyway, he's gonna get Mike Dean because that's what we need. Instead of moaning on a song, get Mike Dean.
That's Kanye's producer.
Yeah.
Well, Kanye's Kanye's producer, but sure.
I will talk to Jocelyn about it.
I know it might be hard for you to digest this right now, but I'm running the show.
Does Dennis Rodman own a shirt, by the way? I've never seen him with one. This guy has never had a shirt. Is he poor? What is happening? Is the eyebrow thing like not? Is it just from being in the sun? Did he bleach his hair? Is it natural? I just want to know, should I get him an umbrella or a shirt for his birthday? Which one first?
Sure, but I still have to talk to Jocelyn.
Leia.
Oh, good line reading. He did that with the soulless eyes as well. He did that with the completely soulless eyes. I didn't even know what to say. Leia, are you rejuvenated? I can't say that line. My goodness, The Weeknd. I mean, Tedros. I don't even know who's playing who at this point. I'm getting played by even watching this series.
How the probiotics working?
So good. Look.
In a scene where I don't know whose side I would be on, while they're producing or doing whatever they're doing, Jocelyn is apparently looking nice and slim, and she's looking great. And her, her chef is like, damn, you looking good. And he starts touching her up, and Tedros gets jealous. I don't know how I'd feel if my chef started touching me up and jiggling my tummy. I'd laugh, to be honest. I don't have one, but that would be good.
Oh
So much better.
God. Oh, you look amazing.
That's probably not what you want to hear from a chef while he's touching you.
Hot and spicy meat. Yeah, boy. That's it. Nice and hot.
You know? I'm not saying that I'm on Tedros' side here, but like I probably wouldn't want to hear my chef be like, oh, you look so amazing. To my wife, I'd be like, honey, what do you guys do when I'm not around besides eat? What is he eating, honey? Why is he eating?
So much better. Wow. Right?
Your body's just so tight.
That's a weird chef, man. Oh, your body's so tight. I think something else must be tight. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just a chef, but I can feed you more than food. I've got a couple slices of meat in a different area. I want to feed you. Damn, everyone is just this open with her. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but Tedros might be right to do what he's doing.
You mind not groping my girl?
Tedros, you don't understand.
My family are doctors.
Oh, damn. My uncle's a gardener. I guess I'll go touch your grass now. Oh, if my uncle's a doctor, I guess I'll touch your ass. We'll see. Good work, Andreas.
Are you a doctor?
No, I'm not, but my sister and my father, they're both gastrointestinal doctors, so.
My friend's a gynecologist. You don't see me sticking my finger in everybody, do you?
That's not what do gynos do. Is that what gynos do? I don't think that's what gynos do. It's almost a solid point, Tedros. Almost a solid point, my guy.
There's nothing okay about what this creep just did, right?
That was not very intimidating. He recovered way too fast. He doesn't even look scared. He looks annoyed now. I think you've annoyed him.
Out of here.
Sorry, but I only take orders from my boss.
Who? Her? Right there?
Whoa, did he? Oh, intimidation game is heavy with Tedros, huh? Who? Huh? What? Her? There? Look at my rat tail. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Tell him she's fired. I'm a little high on cocaine and Mike Dean.
Andres, I'm really sorry. I don't know if this is the right fit anymore. It's been a real pleasure working with you. I wish you all the best.
So get the out of here.
God damn it, put some pants on, Sonny. So without pants, Tedros pretty much fires Jocelyn's chef, or at least gets Jocelyn to do it. And I would hope that whoever's directing the show is like, this is the shifting of control. He's like getting into her head and is like, well, you do the dirty work for me. And it shows his controlling nature. But at the same time, Andreas was a bit touchy, man. Who am I even siding with at this point? If he just said, you look great, and Tedros fired her, or him, sorry, then I'd be like, oh yeah, now I could see the insecurity of this man. Like what he did at the store. The guy didn't actually touch Jocelyn or do anything crazy. But this guy literally, he was feeling her off. This is crazy.
Why do you like picking her clothes so much?
Just need some taste, that's it.
I have taste.
No, really, no.
I guess they're back at the store picking out more clothes. This is a good series. This is a great series. The show is like an endless loop of stupidity. And like, I don't know where it stops. It's like a train going to nowhere. Well, that's how this show makes me feel. Back to it.
You know what I think it is? I think you're
gay.
Damn, he had like them Vietnam flashbacks.
Why are you gay?
This isn't.
You are gay.
We later learned that Tedros went to prison, so he might not be gay, but he might be, you know what I mean?
Ah, shit. Had to go again.
There's the way he slaps as well. Talking shit, huh? Talking shit. You talking shit? I'm sorry. Why do I have to see this? Why do we have to constantly see this? Are we not, like, as audiences, aware that these two have a very toxic but overly erotic chemistry that happens often? Do the scenes really do anything? Because at first you could say that this is how he wins her over. Maybe one more scene to show that he is now taking control. But after that, does it need to be shown to the audience? What is its purpose? You have to always ask yourself the question as a director, writer, why am I adding that scene in? And honestly, I don't know. Yep. So we have a hilarious scene of them banging each other in the same place where he told the dude that he was gonna curb stomp him. So they're banging again.
Hurt. What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. Figure it out.
Just the look on his face. Like, what am I supposed to do? I can't do this by myself. I need you. I want you. Jocelyn, come back, or I'll curb stomp you. That should be his, like, running gag. Anyone who disobeys him, he curb stomps them or threatens to. What? Isaac? You dyed your hair blue? I'll curb stomp you. Andreas, you're back. I'll curb stomp you. Manager and black lady, I'll curb stomp either of you. Both, if you just get on the curb. My favorite. I love that. I love the image of one of my favorite artists smacking his meat. That's always gonna be, this one for the Wank Bank, isn't it? Thank you. Glad we got this scene.
out of here.
And then they leave the store, so the whole segment for shopping really didn't mean much because her clothes don't make a difference throughout the scene. When you're talking about like symbolism in movies and themes, it's pretty simple sometimes. The color of the clothing you wear can change depending on your mood. Sometimes characters in horror movies go from light to dark. In horror movies especially, they have archetypes where the person wearing white is seen as the innocent person, and that person is the purity, and usually she or he, usually she, stays towards the end and actually defeats the villain. There are codes in movies usually that we abide when you're doing filmmaking, but this goes nowhere, so I'm just telling you this to, I guess, flex my knowledge and also have some sort of brain movement before it passes out and I die from being a vegetable.
Pleasure to meet you. This is Destiny, my partner.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
What are you guys doing here?
When they get back to the house after he spanks his meat and they half bang it out, Chaim and Destiny are waiting to meet this guy. And if you remember from the last time, they are pretty skeptical about him because his name is Tedros, and he's from Hawaii. Which, remember the last person who was from Hawaii with a fake name? McLovin from Superbad. So they're very, very skeptical, and they want to like sort of canvas him, which they're gonna do now.
Where are you from, man?
Oh, I'm from here.
You from LA?
Yeah.
But you have a Canadian accent. If you're from LA, at least try to be like you're like from LA, bro. Come on, man. At least try with the accent.
Nobody's from LA.
Right.
Which part?
Hollywood.
You grew up in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Wow, me too. What school did you go to?
Hollywood school, bro. I went to Brad Spitz. Yep, I went to his acting school. I also went to Robert Jr. Downey's School of Hard Knocks. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got kicked out of school?
Yeah.
You got kicked out of high school? Why?
Beating fake ass bitches' asses?
Now she just...
This show sucks.
So, Josh, you asked me to buy you 2 weeks, yeah? So, do you folks have a plan?
Oh, we're just gonna give up now? Okay, cool. Well, that lasted. That was a whole 2 questions. At least they tried. This is their prized possession. They promised to treat Jocelyn like a daughter. They asked him 2 questions. What school you go to? He doesn't want to answer, and they just fully give up and then just go back to normal. That's dedication right there, guys. I'm glad we had this scene.
I reached out to Mike Dean. Are you familiar with Mike Dean?
Am I familiar with Mike Dean? 3 songs in 2 weeks.
Hits.
Undeniable. Nothing less.
How does Tedros know Mike Dean? Because they called him a fraud. They said he was in debt with a lot of people. He was in prison. Do many people just know Mike Dean? Is that how Kanye West reached out? He was like, man, there's probably a guy called Mike Dean that I need. And just reached out to him. I'm going to text Metro Booming and see if he's okay.
Fuck that guy.
It's amazing.
I think our girl's in trouble.
My grandmother said you never trust a dude with a rat tail.
Your grandma didn't even know people with rat tails back then. It wasn't a style. Okay, stop. I don't know why they keep doing this with the rat tail. Someone hated someone with a rat tail in the show and made like half the series about how him having a rat tail is a big issue. Also, last time I checked, that was just braided hair. What the hell? Again?
Oh, Lord. Again. Again. Nothing new, nothing changed, same old shit.
Again. Oh, God, in Criminy Christ. What are we watching, bro? Remember the show Showgirls? Oh, it was a movie, I think. And it was a provocative movie just to be provocative. Like, there was nothing really inherently good about it, and it just failed. This is what this is. It's just a lot of gratuitous nudity and like eroticism and everything else, and it lacks the plot. If you wanted to be like 50 Shades of Grey, I guess that's okay, but that's not really getting you in anyone's good books. It's pretty mediocre, but this is horrible. It's not even mediocre, it's just bad.
Creative direction sucks.
Yes, exactly.
With Jocelyn. You're the creative director. What do you mean you don't disagree? What is it with the industry? Everybody hates what they do. Forced to.
There is way too many F words in this. You have to be a pretty good series to make this work. You have to earn it. The Sopranos earned it, and even they don't have like this many F-bombs. Martin Scorsese's Goodfellas earned it. Joe Pesci earned it by being a fantastic actor. This is not that. These are 2 musicians saying the F word to act hard. I'm not really sure what is happening here. But you don't have to constantly drop profanities in order to make your character sound, one, realistic, two, somewhat scathed by something in conversation. It's not how you write characters. How am I supposed to even get what is going on when every second word is the F word?
It's whatever the label and Jocelyn want.
What would you do?
I would take that photo with the her face, and I'd make it her album cover.
That's a really good idea. Again, remember when, I'm glad we have a callback to that, because otherwise it would have no plot relevance, but that can't happen because in humanity, I don't think you can put an album like that out. If one of your favorite pop stars did that, they'd never work again. So I don't know about that one.
I would.
Wow, that's a great idea. You fucked.
Well, anyway, The Weeknd and Xavier, they figure out the creative direction, and The Weeknd is sort of implementing his ideas onto Xavier. And he's making Xavier his savior. I'm just trying to keep my head happy, man. This show is genuinely probably one of the worst things I've ever watched in my life. And I've seen a lot of bad trash at this point.
Sing with me on this next one, then.
No.
No?
No. If Tedros heard you say that, you'd be in huge trouble. You're not allowed to say no.
Anyway, we go back to Isaac, who's trying to hit all the notes, and he's not feeling it. I haven't seen him record a song yet, but I have seen him sing and shirtless.
By saying no, you're denying yourself an experience.
Not all experiences are good.
Some of the most terrible experiences in life can be the most valuable.
All right, so we're having a stupid conversation. I think anyone in their right mind would not have this conversation. I mean, I'm assuming they're doing this because the people are so brainwashed in Tedros's cult that they actually believe their music supersedes that of, you know, other people, so they have to suffer for their music. And if that was explored more, again, what a great theme that could have been. Because we could have talked about Eric Clapton and how his son fell off the roof when he was on cocaine, and then he wrote Tears in Heaven. And although it's a great song, it's sung for profit, and everyone has a debate over whether that's good or bad and blah blah blah. But I'm not the screenwriter. I'm just a guy with Hennessy in my hand. Like, you know, I got a stupid Elsa wig on. I don't know anything.
And because of that, you'll say yes to anything anyone asks you to do.
Yes.
Literally anything.
Anything.
She could say anything. She could say things like, hey, Isaac, would you jump off a cliff? And he would be like, yes, I love that. Hey, Isaac, see this bottle of Hennessy? Would you put it up your butt? Yes, love that. Anything possible. Would you eat toothpaste for like 3 days straight? Anything. Literally anything. What do you think she's gonna say?
Isaac, get up and kiss Ramsey.
Oh.
Would you kiss me?
Well, that's not a good idea.
Why?
You know, Tedros would kill me.
Are you saying no? Because I thought you said you say yes to literally anything. She could have said, why don't you cut Tedros' rat tail off? You would have had to say yes. Because if not, you'd be denying yourself the experience. It's like a paradox. Did Christopher Nolan make this? Oh my God. So I guess they don't kiss, and basically it renders the whole conversation useless because he says no. So we just went through a whole dialogue of nothingness. Good work, guys. But now they're all eating together at Jocelyn's house like a quote-unquote family, more like a cult, and they're talking about their experiences.
I just wanted to say thank you for coming into my life and filling it with music and inspiration and love.
That isn't earned. Like, we had one day where that happened, and most of the scenes are dedicated to them having sensual stuff. Like Parasite, it's one of the best films because you can see the slow incline of a family. A parasitic thing takes over the body of someone else. You can see them go from bottom to upper level in everything that they do. I'm not saying you have to be like Bong Joon-ho to be that creatively a powerhouse and direct this, but in one day, going from that to now you guys have filled my life with joy is just not believable. Whoever's doing this is trying to take shortcuts and steal from every piece of better media there is, and it's just not good.
And Tedros, thank you for teaching me how to have fun again.
He just ate you out like 4 times and then slapped you and then fired people. I don't know if you can say that. I don't know. Even if you're out of your mind insane, I feel like he at least needed to start being good. It's like a toxic relationship, right? You start off and you love that person so much. you can't see anything wrong. And only at the end, you realize, oh man, I've been brainwashed. That's what this should have been. He should have been so charming, so wonderful that she saw nothing wrong until the very end and was like, how did this happen? But we, the audience, should have seen the same thing she saw instead of Tedros here. This is not how you do anything, guys.
To finding your family.
To finding your
To
family.
finding family.
So Xander had a brilliant idea today.
We should take the photo with and make it your album cover.
That's a bar.
That's a bar.
That's a bar.
Yeah, that's lit.
I will think about it. I'm not sure I want to restart the whole like just rag Jocelyn.
Who gives a fuck?
It makes me feel really bad about myself.
Why?
Oh, he's doing the provocative thing, you know? Like he's pushing her. He's like the guy who prods her. He's like J.K. Simmons in Whiplash.
The key is to just relax. Don't worry about the numbers. Don't worry about what the other guys are thinking.
You know, and he's prodding Neiman, and he's teaching Neiman to be the best drummer possible by pushing him past his limit. Except it's not like J.K. Simmons. It's like The Weeknd trying to play J.K. Simmons. That's what it's like.
I want to have a career that isn't fucking joke. And you will.
Not if she doesn't take risks.
Easy to say if you're not the one taking the risk.
There's no such thing as the right risk at the right time.
A calculated risk exists. Sorry, Tedros. There's different types of risk. High risk, high reward. It's like stocks, you know? High risk, high yield. High risk, low risk, low yield. There's many different types of things in life, Tedros.
That's what everyone else does.
Why are you talking to me like I'm like new to the music industry?
What was the last song you wrote, Jocelyn?
Daybreak. Daybreak.
Oh, I remember Daybreak. Daybreak, so I could go to sleep again. And at daybreak, now I can eat my breakfast. I got some jizz on my face and I'm feeling pretty great, 'cause it's daybreak, waking up again. I love that song.
I think if you care too much, you won't have a career. All you think about is what people are gonna say. You make superficial music because you think about superficial things.
Ooh, there's another philosophical conversation. Does the artist think too much about their product? Do they think too highly? Or do they just do music that is freeing? What a good conversation to have and explore in a show other than this. Maybe they should have done a podcast if they wanted to talk about things like this. Let's hear what she has to say, guys.
Why don't you just be yourself?
Because there's nothing about me that's relatable.
The dark shit you've been through in your life?
Her mom's like a rare breed. Her mom's like a rare breed.
So we're getting from philosophical conversation, as most of the show is. They spend about 2 minutes trying to decipher what they want to say and then just catapult to a whole new topic. It's back to her mother and how her mother was a turbulent source of her childhood trauma or whatever, because now we're on a new topic.
There's nothing that you're gonna reveal to me right now that's gonna make me love you any less.
Her favorite was probably me with a hairbrush.
Oh my God. She said that was a unique thing? Sorry, can I just say something? I'm pretty sure every person of color right now can say that is the most common thing that a mother will do. Okay, please. You got a hairbrush, most people got a switch. This is a white thing or something. Most of us grew up like that.
Eyes, my stomach, my back, like just anywhere people wouldn't notice.
Why'd you do that?
To focus.
Pretty much exactly like it's the same reason, discipline and focus. It's very unique, Jocelyn.
She did it as like a form of motivation, I guess. Kind of like a dog. She'd do it to help me remember my lines, to remember dance moves.
You know, it's funny. Not even my parents. When I was growing up in South Africa, teachers were allowed to. So I got smacked up by a few teachers. They have since obviously changed that. But very, very unique experience for someone maybe in a first world country. In a third world country, that is probably the most common shit that can happen.
She'd do it to keep me from falling asleep. She'd do it if I overate. Until the chemo made her so weak she couldn't lift up a hairbrush anymore.
You didn't fight back?
No.
Why not?
Because there's just some...
You didn't curb stomp her? Why not? Do you not curb stomp your parents? You don't curb stomp people when they do things to you? That's odd. It is a unique experience, I guess.
How hard did she hit you, Jocelyn?
About a 3 out of 10.
Hard enough to break skin?
Oh, 4.
Jesus Christ.
It's a good dinner, guys. Good. Nobody's touched their food. Andreas made it, remember? Or maybe they have a new chef, or maybe they Uber Eats'd it. Who knows? All these questions do not get answered on the next episode of The Idol, American Canadian Idol. Your host, Drake.
There's a part of you that wonders if the reason you're stuck is because your mother's not around.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you miss it.
Sometimes.
Oh, God. No, I've realized what's happening. He got to the bottom of it. He figured out that her lack of motivation is her mom used to motivate her by smacking her with a hairbrush, and now he's gonna get a hairbrush and hopefully put on a wig and act like Jocelyn's mother, maybe. But I feel like this is where this is going.
All that trauma, you're gonna turn into inspiration.
Just hold me close.
This is really gonna hurt.
The final scene for this episode is Tedros trying to give her motivation by using the hairbrush that I think is bringing back memories, and everyone's crying, and it's supposed to be this amazingly deep scene about motivation or something. I checked out a while ago, man. But yeah, no, it's another one of those scenes that I can't bear to watch. But anyway, they do that, and this is what happens, and she's now motivated, I guess.
Thank you for taking care of me.
And she thinks that he's taking care of her. So I guess she's fully fallen under his spell by episode 3. I'm assuming that's what happened. The hairbrush thing is one of the most cringy things I've ever heard of written. Thanks, guys. And with that, we move on to episode 4. Episode 4. I want to be real with you. I took like a week break. I don't normally say this, but the show is that bad that I had to take time off before I watched the other episodes. Once again, he's a fantastic singer, not a fantastic actor. Probably more Sam Levinson's fault. The Idol, episode 4, and then episode 5 is the last one. They were supposed to have the 6th one, and they canned it because everyone said the show was so bad, they actually axed an episode. Anyway. We can't show the music here because The Weeknd is doing a rendition of John Lennon's song Jealous Guy. YouTube would be kind of a jealous guy and copyright us, so. But he's a very good singer. I like John Lennon's version better, but he's a very good singer. Oh my God, he's got very non-legs. I didn't know that was The Weeknd's legs. I thought that was a girl's legs. I was like, damn, and then I saw him, and I was like, damn. He does not hit leg day very often. I guess when you could sing that well, you don't need to. Other people like us, we have to hit leg day just to keep up with this man. Of course, I mean, we couldn't go a minute without seeing some sort of ass cheeks or something. And I shouldn't be complaining, but I am because it's so aggressive. I understand Hollywood may be a sleazy place. Maybe that's what they're trying to portray. But even so, I think there's a more clever way to do it. There's more butt cheeks in this than in my dreams, man. The next few shots, him shaving her legs in some sort of sexy bath. Baths are not sexy. You just like, you know, it's like a stew of your own germs. And then you get 2 people in, it's like mixing those. Ugh.
You're right about this guy. He's a bad motherfucker.
How bad?
Bad to the bone. His name is Mauricio Costello Jackson.
Mauricio Costello Jackson? That's a gangster name, man. His like fake name is Tedros. If you're gonna have like a fake name, at least, you know, try. My fake name could be Marvin Manatee or something like that. Okay, that's my fake name. But Jesus, what is it? Marcello Houston? What? Marcello Costello Jackson? This is too much, man.
What is he, Italian?
Nah, he's not Italian. He's got ghetto-ass parents. I thought that was suave or some shit. That's beside the point.
The actual starting of this episode starts with D and Chaim talking about who Tedros really is and discovering he is not who he seems. Because everyone knows something's up, but nobody knows what.
2012, he got arrested. This motherfucker kidnapped his ex-girlfriend, held her hostage for 3 days.
What? And he's back? And what? They allowed him to change his name? Is this how criminals work? You just come out of jail. I am not Marvin Manatee anymore. My new name is Calvin Kumra.
I'm talking about crazy wild there is a 400-page trial transcript.
There's 400 pages, and he was like, "I'm Tedros," and everyone's like, "Oh, you seem cool." 400 pages, all gone in the wind. If you're gonna write a show, like, one of the most important parts of writing a drama is to have it be somewhat believable, unless you're writing fiction and like fantasy. But this is not Lord of the Rings. This is Lord of the Rings or some shit like that. This is horrible.
With details that will raise the hair off of your motherfucking neck. While he was in trial, more shit came up.
Why do they get characters to like play stereotypes about, like, you know, Dee could have been a normal person. She didn't have to be like, "Yo, I got some motherfucking news on this bitch." They could have maybe, you know, not watered the characters down to two stereotypes of like European, black, strong woman with foul mouth. Do we need that in this? Anyway, back to my point. People believing something will buy into it more and become more invested. There's this notion called jumping the shark, and it started on the show called Happy Days. This guy called the Fonz. This is like the most famous character back in the days. At some point in that show, he literally jumped over a shark in the episode. And it's now referred to as jumping the shark. It's when the TV show goes from believable to just lost the plot. And this started off, like the first episode, it jumped several sharks because this is like not believable. And that's why nobody bought into it.
God, D, how the did she let this guy in?
I have no clue. I thought she only white boys.
That's the end of that scene. That's what we took from that. After realizing he's a criminal, D is like, "I thought she only white boys." It's good. You guys solved the problem now. He's a felon criminal in the house, but everyone's okay with. Okay, cool.
Mike Dean's coming.
Ah, damn. My boy Mike Dean is here. One of the greatest producers of all time, with a bong in his hand.
What, are you checking for acoustics or something?
Yeah, we gotta find the right place. Yeah, this is it.
That's about how many people clap for the show, Mike Dean. But anyway, Mike Dean finds the studio. It happens to be in the studio. Congrats, everyone. You found it.
I'm having to make decisions for myself.
Listen, I know you're not asking for my advice or nothing, but can I make a suggestion? I don't think we should kill this motherfucker.
Is that an actual at this point, I don't know if this is a joke in the show. I've never seen humor on the show. And we have seen someone literally lock someone in a bathroom for hours, which would be kidnapping. Anyway, you know, Jocelyn is now trying to make more songs because that's what the whole show is supposed to be about, her making music.
No.
What you mean, no?
We're not killing anybody, D.
Why not? You getting fucking soft? Don't be no behind me, come on.
I thought it was a joke. Apparently it wasn't a joke. I mean, she really pushed for this one. So maybe she's a murderer. Maybe that's her job, is to kill people. I didn't know you need an assassin on your team, but it seems that is the case.
You be the eyes and ears, all right? Let me know every detail. I don't care how small.
But what you gonna do?
I don't know, but I'll fucking figure it out.
Pretty much every actor in this movie. I don't know, but I'll figure it out. So Dee is gonna be there to be the spy. She's spying on Tedros now, 4 episodes into the season, and this other dude is going to figure it out. Good writing, guys. Good writing. Alright, back to the show.
Hi, I'm Chloe.
Hey, Chloe. I'm Destiny.
So then Destiny meets this girl called Chloe, and so there's some character development that I'm going to have to tell you about later, but it doesn't matter.
How you know Tedros?
He saved my life. Well, I was living on the streets. I was a heroin addict.
This is the greatest way to say it I've ever heard, though, I gotta say. That should have been in Requiem for a Dream. I was a heroin addict, and I played the Joker. I sent people rats.
And Tedros just saw me and gave me a place to lay my head on.
Oh, she's actually singing everything. Okay.
Okay.
Well, it was funny at first, but anyway, just the story of this man who came from prison, saw someone on the street as a heroin addict, and recognized her talent. That's talent right there. How do you even know this person? Did she have a piano in the street? And if she did, was it battery operated? Or did he just like try and pump her out and then realize, oh, she also has talent? There's so many questions to this backstory that will never get answered.
Leia, please, just for like a minute, just 1 minute, just one.
I just like how he just constantly hates this woman. Leia, shut the hell up. The song was good before you opened your face. Jesus Christ, Leia. God, that Princess Leia over here. He just hates her. I don't know, I find it funny that he constantly gets annoyed at her, like no matter what's happening. Dennis Rodman over here could be talking to her. She's like, Leia! Don't talk to Dennis Rodman. You know he's influenced easily. Jesus.
I was just gonna go to the bathroom.
You can go to the bathroom. We'll wait, 3 minutes? We'll wait, 3 minutes, silence, no one talking.
You can wait.
I can wait. We can just play this.
Leia, shut the fuck up, Leia!
Most of the script is just probably Abel screams at Leia. Like, that was it. He was just in various ways. Shut up! Do you want to use the bathroom or not? Do you want me to show you how to do it? I'll piss on the toilet seat. I don't know how that's gonna help. I'm just gonna do it.
What do you think?
It's dope. Don't get me wrong. The beginning part, you know, go there, be raw this. You know what I'm saying? Go.
I got just the trick.
Oh my god. Him and his god. He should be a magician the way he pulls out like random robes and blinds from nowhere. D, I got just the trick for you. He blinds her and then does the same 50 Shades thing. It's like too many. How are they gonna ever renew this for another season? Like, it got old in 2 episodes. How are we gonna constantly do this? If a person needs this much motivation to make a song, they're gonna get replaced, man.
Way to black out the world. Get the f out of your own head. I want you at the edge of.
Oh my god. She literally cannot make a song if she's not horny. Like, you know how you have superpowers and then also Superman has kryptonite? This is like in between. It's both her superpower and her kryptonite. She's dependent on Tedros banging her for her to like sing music. It's such a weird concept. It's like he's her drug, which again, I don't even think that would be a good thematic thing, to be honest, but like, it's a thing.
It turns you on. It's gonna turn them on. You know this.
Holy crap, one of his eyebrows is black and one is... Was that always like that? I'm pretty sure the other one was... What?
No, say.
Mike Dean's probably like, man, this is like the 3rd most weird thing that's happened. Kanye West is who he works with normally, so this is probably like, yeah. It's not the worst, but like, I've seen some stuff. I'm really glad that we got an insight as to how musicians make music. This is my problem as a musician. Nobody tries to fill me up while I make songs. Usually I try to do it alone. What I need to do is invite some of my homies and be like, yo, fill me up the butt or something, man. Let's see where it goes. Maybe I'll make a hit. I'll bend over in like a downward dog position or something, and then we'll see what happens.
Honey, there is some kinky shit in this house. This shit is weird, scary shit.
I just think it's really fucked up that we're all just sitting around watching Jocelyn get assaulted. They're all letting this psychopath exploit her.
I mean, if the show is writing this series and 2 characters are literally explaining what is wrong and nobody's doing anything, like, what are we even doing here? They're explaining what the audience is thinking. Is this to show how people just sit back and let it happen? Is this what the theme is? I've been trying to guess the theme for so long in the series. I think I'm going blind and deaf, but hopefully deaf.
What's funny? What's funny?
I was laughing at something else.
Ooh, that was a slap and a half. You guys might as well have done that sound effect. Can I see that again? She like karate chopped his neck and shit. That was... I feel like if you're gonna... I'm one of those. If you're gonna commit. Horrible method actor thing. But, ooh, that was funny though.
But what he does to get it.
We're basically trying to show almost the full circle that Jocelyn started off as maybe the victim, and now she's becoming the victor.
He does this thing where he like tests their limits. He like, tell me the truth.
Here's what we can offer you. We want your first song to be World Class Sinner.
So while Jocelyn is getting her brakes pumped Jenny Kim she's now getting the song that Jocelyn was supposed to do.
You'll have features on all the major streaming platforms, merchandise, your face, and t-shirts, access to the best venues across the globe. That means world tour.
I guess she's both happy and also probably nervous because she's now going to become a world-class star. And the next scene we have is Xavier singing naked in the shower. Then he leaves and Tedros hears him and is like, bruh, I thought you said you couldn't sing.
Over futile life.
Boo. What do you think I was gonna butt you? Oh my god. Good morning! Get the f up! Get up, up. Does anybody know the meaning of the word
up? It was a good movie.
Family.
Ah, family. Yes, Vin Diesel has taught me much about that. Family. Family is when you drive a car, make it out alive, or also you go to the moon with a car. Vin Diesel's superpower is car.
Why don't you sing anymore?
I tore my vocal cords.
Heard you sing. You sound great. You're either fully healed or you're lying.
What else did Jocelyn tell you?
That her mom outed you when you were 13.
Besides the family spiel that he's doing, Tedros is also getting to the bottom of Xavier. He figured out that Xavier has been outed when he was 13. It was a really bad experience for him. He also doesn't sing for whatever reason. Now we're figuring out why.
You should really use the gift that God gave you. Xander, step forward. Do you know why I use this? It's to unlock people.
That's how Pokemons work too. You ever see Pikachu's neck? You should. I just made that up. I'm so bored of the series.
Isaac! He betrayed you.
Yeah, but this feels like a little extreme.
You want to know what's extreme?
So yeah, what's his name? Xavier? Xander? Troye Sivan tries running, and then they catch him and they bring him back. Then he basically this is just this show, man. I can't even explain it without YouTube axing me.
Are you gonna cooperate?
Please.
They're treating this like he's gonna literally get decapitated or something. I mean, I know this is the series where the musicians act. I've got a particular stance on acting. I don't know if overacting this much is, you know, that good, but hey, he's trying. He's better than The Weeknd at this. So, but he's really giving an Al Pacino performance in Jack and Jill.
Why didn't you tell anyone that her mother was humiliating her?
She asked me not to fucking tell anyone.
That's not fucking true.
You fucking did. Ah!
Wait, what shock collar is that, dude? I'm sorry. Is this for dogs? Because it wouldn't run that many volts through you. And I mean, if you had a taser, that incapacitates you for a while, but you can't scream until after because nothing works. I told you, I'm a method actor. This would seem like, you know, unrealistic. In Goodfellas, one of my favorite movies, Joe Pesci stabs a character, spoiler alert, and Robert De Niro said, "I think you're stabbing too fast. The knife wouldn't come out that fast." And I always thought, oh, okay, well, if you're gonna be an actor, you might as well get everything perfect. But everyone here is just trying to act, and sometimes acting is not about acting. I hate explaining it because it sounds so pretentious. It is, but my God, sometimes you need it.
You took everything from me. You've lived in my fucking house since you were 14.
Bro, the way that Tedros is looking is as if like he's like, yo, did I leave my stove on? What? What are you guys talking about? It's just the acting, man. Him, just the dead eyes.
You've used me for all my crab, and now you're lying to my crab face about crab. Lying!
Many F words and overacting later. Both of them are blaming each other for Xander's failed career and Jocelyn's mother. That's all you need to know, because nothing actually makes sense here. This is like theater acting. What is the wires? They're not even really tied around him. What? You know what? Whatever. This scene apparently goes on for a long time. What the actual f is that? You can't record vocals like that. Well, everything else would. I'm sorry. What the f? Do you know why sound booths exist? It's so they can isolate the sounds, man. You can't just go there without headphones and just a mic. That's a live performance in that case.
Are you hearing this shit?
Everyone's hearing this shit. That's the problem. Even Jocelyn's hearing it. You're gonna get all the feedback through the fucking mic, and we don't care anymore, right? We don't care. That's fine. It's great.
No, I didn't do any blow. All I'm saying is, show the world a little bit more of what you got.
I like the song the way it is.
Yeah, me too. I agree with Tedros here. We've been listening to her try and sing for way too long now. It's been 4 episodes. You're sitting on a couch. You're tired. I'm tired. He's doing blow. Come on, let's just get the song out. Honestly, my wig's falling off.
I can't help but continue to notice his tats. You know they're prison tats.
Yeah. But he's like really sensitive about it. He doesn't really like talking about it with a lot of people.
Why'd you go to prison? I don't want to talk about it. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm just gonna invite you to my home and you can shock my friends. Sound decisions, Jocelyn. By the way, Xander gets... How do I say this on YouTube? He gets... without consent, you know?
He had this really crazy, ex-girlfriend, and there was this one time where I guess they were, fighting, and I guess he choked her.
Who choked who?
He choked her like Homer did Bart Simpson. I wish she said that. That would have been a funny reference because Hank Azaria plays lots of characters on The Simpsons. So that would have been... I hate the series.
I'm gonna let you go because Tedros believes in you, but you need to do something for him.
They didn't tie his hands up. Did they do that all in that many seconds? Also, this cord was so loose. You mean in all that time he never moved once? Nobody fed him? He just laid there in his own filth? Oh my god. Why does it look like he's in a friggin' aquarium? There's so many questions that I don't want answered. Ponytail, save me. Choke me, do something. Oh, well, there goes my hair.
Wake up. I got an idea.
My earliest memory, when I was 3 years old, was of my mother me with a hairbrush.
So Tedros has a good idea, and the idea is that she tells the public that her mom aided her. And yeah, so she does that in a public press conference, so now everyone gives her the victim pass.
And I know that there's a lot of headlines out there about me, and it feels kind of chaotic and
Sorry, when I say press, I guess she's just going live on Instagram, because you can do that. That's just as good nowadays.
I promise you, there's a new Jocelyn coming.
Jocelyn coming is the problem with the series, man. If that wasn't the main damn thing, then maybe it would be a watchable series. Who knows? This is just too much of that. Oh, Ponytail.
What are you doing? It's a party.
Yeah, I know, the wood is teak, so I was just,
What's the problem?
There's not a problem, I'm just...
You're ruining the whole night, and you're still
crab.
I don't know if he just hated her in real life and was like, this is just my way of doing this. Tedros just hates this woman with a passion. No matter what happens, he's just hating on her.
Just trying to keep it together.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I just want to show you something.
Oh my god! Stop! Stop!
You know what? This is a perfect indication of the series. This is like the greatest metaphor for the series. Metal music starts playing while this man takes out a water gun and shoots it onto her. In the background, it wants to be this metal, new age, heavy counterculture thing. But what it actually is just a water gun. There's no actual substance to it. It's just water. But it's looking to be something. And that's what we're getting. Sitting through this is genuinely one of the hardest things I've had to do all year. I've done some crazy things. This one might be up there.
Diane's here. So she's not mad at you.
Why would she be mad at me?
Because of you and Tedros. When Tedros told Diane to bring you to the club, she didn't think he would.
So somehow at the party, Diane shows up. Everything gets revealed to Jocelyn. Everything was a setup. And Diane brought her to the club. Why? I don't know. But Diane likes Tedros, and Tedros wasn't supposed to bang Jocelyn. And blah, 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 blah. I'm so done with this series, and we have one more episode after this.
We can get personal if you take a hit of this. Oh shit, what the fuck? Isn't that Jocelyn's ex, Rob, over there?
No, there's more. There's more drama. This plot just has so many things, like so many ways it could go, and it just fails on all of them. Now we have her ex, Rob, who's there because Jocelyn asked Rob, her ex, to come to the party. So let's see where this goes.
Hey, you want a shot? Rob, shot. Shot. So who invited you, Rob? Shot.
Jocelyn.
Shot.
How do you know Jocelyn? Let's take another shot, huh?
Tedros starts to try and outdrink Rob, possibly in a way to show that he is more of a man than Rob, which again would be like, it's pretty decent character development to show his insecurities in unhealthy ways. I think that's a good theme that should be explored. But then, yeah, the characters, as usual, fail later on.
Oh. You sure you want to do another one?
What are you,
Mrs. Krabs, he didn't care.
It's the greatest line in history, like followed by Mike Dean playing the piano, which is just comedy gold. That's one of the most funny things I've ever seen, man.
I'm just concerned about you, man.
You're an actor, right? Yeah, every actor I know is a
Okay.
Doesn't everybody gotta take it up the ass to get these roles out here? Mike, we need some music that matches the vibe over here.
Yeah, Mike, can you play drunk person fighting someone's ex music? Yes. And then he plays this.
Hey, look, as long as you keep a good distance.
I'm so happy you came.
As every ex does to their partner, she jumps into his arms. But before that, that was just fantastic. Him just saying woo like 8 times, like woo, woo. Very cool, man. Tribute to Ric Flair, perhaps? I don't know.
What did I do to deserve a text back?
You're on my mind.
It's a superhero movie. My face is visible for literally 5% of the film.
I've seen that latex suit.
Oh, this is just how exes act, obviously, duh. Once you get the text back, this is exactly how it works out, duh. Man, this is how life should.
Why didn't you tell me any of this shit?
Tell you what?
About your mom? The fact that she'd been a you all these years?
Well, if I'd known you were gonna come over and talk about my mom, I probably wouldn't have texted you.
And Jocelyn doesn't like, I guess she just wanted sex. And then Rob is actually a concerned, good ex-boyfriend and probably deserves better, but this is what's happening now. Jocelyn is juggling men like she juggles balls.
Did you say that you care about me or that you love me? I couldn't hear.
I said put some clothes on, you f***ing lunatic.
You're no fun.
He even tells her to put clothes on. Like, he's clearly changed as a man. He's at the stage where he's grown and evolved. She's just high or something.
Jocelyn? Open the door.
In a better scene and in a better context with more exploration, it is a very good idea, or a very good, like, introspective look as to how Tedros, the man who's been controlling everyone, realizes he's losing control of the person he's worked on the most, and that seeping feeling comes to him. If they explore that more, again, it's like this really cool idea that this is what fame and industry and control look like, and relationships can be explored, the dark side of them and the healthy side, and all of these things that just don't get explored, but they get touched on for like maybe a shot. And I always look at it and I'm like, wow, you could have had something amazing here, and you just spent most of your time showing excessive things that don't need to be shown on screen. Like, it could have been a great show, but it just misses the mark every chance it gets.
I promise. I'm in a really good place.
You're in such a good place that now you're throwing house parties.
Oh, more of this. Fantastic. It's great.
So you gave me private jet? Come on.
With the clothes on, man. God damn it. In hell. This I hate this series. This is just such a shit show.
When you want something,
so basically just them banging. Now she's banging her ex. And Tedros is crying because he can hear it. Then he sees Prince, and I miss Prince.
hey, yo, Xander, what's up, man?
It would mean the world if we could just take like one photo. She's like my best friend. Like, yeah.
The episode ends with Xander setting up Rob after he bangs Jocelyn by asking if he could take a photo with his friends, and she's like very scantily clad, and when she takes a picture, she does all of these, you know, positions, or she sits on his lap and is very steamy with him, and then Xander will later use that to blackmail him. This goes nowhere. I mean, it should go somewhere, but it doesn't. I'll explain it later.
I gotta my drive. Sorry. Delete that photo, bro.
Did you get it?
It's perfect.
Yeah, you gotta wonder why Xander's doing this, how he knew Rob was even coming, because Jocelyn only texted Rob to know that, so there was no way at all Xander could have possibly known this, who the friend is, why he's doing this, why Rob is involved. And now we have one more episode. Which we can do. So there was supposed to be 6 episodes, but there's not, because everyone said bleh. And so this episode combines the 2 episodes, and it makes no sense. So if you thought this show made a semblance of sense, you're going to have your mind blown. Let's get into the 5th and final episode. It's nighttime. We're back with episode 5. Pretty sure I need some Hennessy, but anyway, let's watch it, then review it, because this is a really out there episode. It makes no sense, and when I first watched it, I felt more confused than how someone turning YouTube on looking at me is feeling right now. The episode starts off with Jocelyn creating music and then realizing that Tedros is not actually there to serve a purpose, and especially since she got back with her ex kind of yesterday, he seems a bit left out, and he's a bit burnt out too.
Sounds good. Bring it back. I want to hear that part again.
You know, I think you should go.
You're gonna kick out your only source of inspiration?
It's actually about me.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a self-portrait now?
I mean, the arguing sounds like 2 teenage girls, but I think what he's going for in the terms of character development could be seen as pretty good right now, because he's trying to take back any ounce of control and using tactics such as manipulation and even guilt to get her to do what he wants. And I think if that was more clear, or if that character had been developed in a more digestible way, people could realize, oh, this is what he's doing, or this is his intent. As an actor, you look at what are my intentions, how does my character do this to get that? And that's usually the base of acting. I don't know if it's unintentional or intentional. I guess good job.
I'm thinking about my experiences, my feelings, and what I've been through,
really?
and it's about me.
Oh, your feelings? Yeah, right.
You see what I mean? I want to give him credit, but then your feelings, yeah, okay, right. I don't know how to react to that. I don't know if that's well done or badly done. This is very fine line between that's some really nuanced acting and oh my god, why are you acting?
Mike, did I ever tell you about how I first met this guy?
Mike Dean is still there? You've been there the whole night. He hasn't left. Go home. What are you doing? You've just been there in the house for days now. You've seen it all. You've done it all. How does Tedros even know Mike Dean? How much is he paying him? Why is Mike Dean still here? There's so many questions.
He knew this random backup dancer of mine, and he saw that I followed her on Instagram back when he was in prison and stuff. He had her bring me to his club.
He was in prison with Instagram? I didn't know prisoners have Instagram. Prisongram. Insta-prison. What? Okay. That's weird to me. Didn't know he even knew about you. How do people in prison keep up with, celebrities and stuff? There's bigger problems on the inside, man. God damn.
He's like, is that Jocelyn? Oh
That's
my
not
god,
true.
you're here. It is true.
So she goes and she tells Mike Dean the story of how Tedros set it up so that he made it look like it was all a moment of randomness, but he was really planning this club meeting since his prison day.
You're a con man and a fraud.
Oh, shit.
This whole time, he had this crazy plan, and it worked.
Thank you, Jocelyn.
It worked.
Some super LA shit.
Thank you, Mike.
Mike didn't even do anything, bro. Mike was playing the piano while you were drinking and karate kicking people. Mike didn't deserve that F you. Mike's a good guy.
You wanted to find a way into my life. You wanted me to hear your artists. I did. I like them. They can stay. You, on the other hand, can go.
So it seems like Jocelyn, out of nowhere, goes from, being entranced by Tedros to I can stand up to him. I guess all it took was her ex-boyfriend to cream her up. Sorry. What is this stupid-ass show? Jesus Christ, I hate this.
Finkelstein is on the phone.
What? What does he want?
I don't know, he just said get her up.
Hey, how's it going?
Okay, then apparently she goes to sleep in the middle of a day, like Sleeping Beauty or something. Then she wakes up and on her phone is, I don't really know who he is to this point, but I think he's the tour manager and he's trying to set up a tour again.
I have some concerns about the tour, and I need to talk to you about it face to face. I'm gonna come by at 1 o'clock and we're gonna have a chat, okay?
So at 1 p.m. apparently everyone's coming over and they're gonna check out what she's working on because they haven't done that yet, and the tour is gonna start very soon. And she needs to release a song because in this whole 5 episodes, we've seen her sing. We've seen Isaac sing once. That heroin girl, she got naked and she sang that crocodile crap. I heard Dee belt out some notes harder than she should. Troye Sivan was singing in the shower before he got butt attacked. I don't know a better way to say that, sorry. Everyone but Jocelyn released a song, so that's fun.
All right, we have one shot.
One opportunity. Oh.
Show they've ever seen.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Shut the up!
Oh, this is great. I love this. She's like, shut the F up. And for some reason in the script, they got, whoa, whoa. Glad we needed this scene.
We were talking to my people. They're an extension of me.
You are a sweaty, drunken, pathetic mess. I'm getting ready for my show.
That was the best reaction yet. Every other line, he was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Damn, this was the only time I've ever seen him like, I'm a drunken mess? Yeah, how you like that? What'd you say? I do drugs. Yeah, how about that? Oh, what? I suck at singing. How you like that?
Our show.
Do you understand? They're gonna cancel this tour. You're being a distraction right now. I'm talking about putting on the greatest show they've ever seen.
Could you guys possibly maybe not add the F word every sentence? Is it possible? I know you want to be a drama show, but this is not a Martin Scorsese movie. You have to be very good in order to warrant that kind of language.
The difference between me and him
is the rat tail.
Is I can actually make you a star.
Ah.
You gonna let her do that too? You gonna let her cut you out of the show? Come on, Xander. You have a fucking gift. Don't fucking forget that, huh?
Oh my god, there's so many F words in this. Like, it's just so... It's like that episode of SpongeBob where these two bitches, they learn that word with the dolphin sound and they start just peppering it out in everything. Someone looked at SpongeBob episode and was like, this is where we need to take the idol.
These fucking big wigs are gonna get down here. Let's fucking look good. Let's clean this fucking place up. If you gotta suck to keep him here, keep him here.
Honestly, I feel like this is how the script was written. They just started with the F word, then wrote around it or something. But anyway, everyone sets up for the execs at 1 p.m. I don't know why we needed to even have the scene because the outcome is exactly the same. I would call that useless writing when a dialogue usually moves something forward, or if it doesn't, it's really nuanced. There's a difference between plot and dialogue. People like Quentin Tarantino are great at in between the plot. They have the dialogue that doesn't necessarily advance something, but it deepens the characters. Like, for instance, Pulp Fiction and the fact that Jules is a very philosophical character and Vincent is someone who is constantly high but always indulges in those conversations. It shows their friendship, it shows their relationship, and it adds to the thickening of the plot. This adds 0.
It's so good to see you're even more beautiful.
It is. Nice to meet you. How you doing? Did you tell her Andy Finkelstein's here?
So everyone comes through. Isaac is shirtless as usual. Everything else is just there, and I guess they're looking for something. I don't really know what has happened here. I didn't even know everyone was coming together, to be honest with you.
I think it's critical that if we're gonna be working with each other, that we're able to trust each other. And that there's no f***ing Judas in the room.
Oh, I'm Judas?
So immediately they all meet each other, and then Tedros sees Nikki and is like, this is the person who I hate. For what reason, I don't know. I can't really tell why he hates her. I don't understand what I missed. But apparently he knows. He has a psychic sixth sense.
You have no f***ing taste. You're just a f***ing TikTok-obsessed f***ing algorithm.
Ooh. Whoa, okay, dude.
Wow, so he hates this woman. He calls her the C word, and I don't mean cool. And everyone's just sitting down, appreciating this beautiful vibe, especially me, who's watched all of this. This is a classic show. I miss Dave Chappelle and his show. They would have parodied this. It would have been fun.
Reality is, in 5 minutes, I'm gonna get up and leave, and I'm gonna take the whole f***ing tour with me.
I mean, is it just me, or does this whole thing feel like some
f***ing cult.
I mean, the fact Mike Dean is still there playing the piano just to some ambiance while people are calling other people the C word is just amazing. Mike Dean just didn't have anything else to do for those 2 days. He just came there with a bong, ripped it, and was like, I'm gonna play these keys.
Chloe, would you mind singing that song that you were working on? Would I ever lead you astray?
Yeah, clearly, man. She screams half the damn notes. This is now turning into a literal American Idol audition. I've heard her sing entirely too much. I've seen entirely too much of her. And I don't care about her because she's not part of the story. Just why? Why do we need Chloe? Why does she exist in this whole world?
What the hell is going on here?
This girl's incredible.
You know, she is incredible. Do you know who else was really talented? Charles Manson.
That moment in your life you're not fucking talking?
No, are you kidding me? Are we just gonna ignore the fact that this person knows somehow, even though he didn't even meet Tedros, that this is a cult, and that he knows that Tedros is somehow the cult leader, and he knows that everything going on here is a cult because he compared it to Charles Manson. He also called him talented. How does he even know this is happening? And also, how can you just deny the fact that this dude's a cult leader? All the work that D did, Agent D over here, the manager did, she couldn't figure out that this is a cult, and everyone's okay with it despite everything. This is fantastic, guys.
I'm telling you, I didn't with anyone at Jocelyn's house.
I know you're not a
But I need Jocelyn to go on record and clear this up.
So while Jocelyn was walking down, maybe symbolically, Rob calls, and he says that the girl has claimed that he R-worded her, and this is how they deal with that whole situation. A situation that's pretty prevalent in society today. And not just today. If we go back in time and we look at Tupac Shakur being accused of that, Kobe Bryant, a lot of people being accused of that, and it's a very important conversation to have, especially in this show when it didn't actually happen and the girl is accusing him. But they gloss over it like it's just a normal thing. There's no repercussions, nothing. We just have this conversation over the phone. His career might be destroyed for all we know, but it's just something that happened.
Literally was like, hey, my friend's a fan, can I take a photo? Now she's going to the press saying I f***ed her.
Can you step out with me for just a second? Can you just
Shut the f*** up.
Does anybody feel sorry for Leia? Because I actually feel sorry for her. Everyone just hates on her, and she's always just doing the right thing. Usually when characters have things happen to them, especially in cinematic walls, it's karma is like a human possessed trait, which by that I mean if someone is mean to a good character for 90% of it, by the end 10% they get their comeuppance because we get to create the world, so we usually deal that full circle karma. But for Leia, she just does good stuff and people hate on her and nothing ever changes. It's like No Country for Old Men. There's it's just left in the air.
This is what puts the asses in the seats in the arenas.
Kanye was filling arenas until he decided to start following.
Sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit. Kanye West at least is good. As a musician, undeniable how impactful his musicianship is. Person, you can have your own opinions, but he's not going around humping people and singing in a falsetto that's sometimes missing. So you know what I mean?
Are you a little loaded? And I'm not judging. No?
I'm so high right now, I don't know what the f*** is going on.
Bruh, high.
You're so high right. This is the only way to watch the show, Mike Dean. You have to be so high right now that you don't know where the remote is to change the channel. I cannot believe HBO did this.
I know that Jocelyn didn't do this. You did it. These people are gonna f*** you up. So Nikki.
We do this shit on our own, okay?
Don't mess with I am. Don't mess with Destiny. Just let's work together.
So in the midst of all this, Nikki and Tedros, who hated each other 2 minutes ago, form a bond, and Destiny and Chaim and that other dude go their separate ways. And I don't know who's manager. I don't know the show, man. This is the worst piece of shit I ever seen.
You gotta have balls.
I've got balls.
You got balls.
I got balls. You're a little loaded, but you're brilliant. And I'm telling you, I want to work with you.
Why do they keep showing Dennis Rodman at a party? What is this? What am I gaining from any of these shots? What is the visual literacy that I'm learning from this shot? I'm looking at a dude dancing. I saw him dancing 2 shots ago. I understood that he's having fun. It's akin to writing the same sentence over and over again in a book. And he was dancing. And he was still dancing. Even later, he was dancing. I got it. Why do you keep showing me this shit? You're just padding runtime here.
Because you're not wrong.
But you are.
Yeah, but I can be your.
That's a stupid line. You guys need to remove that.
You didn't you used to date a Rob Turner?
What?
What about him?
Well, he was just accused of. Yeah, apparently he raped a woman.
Oh, apparently this is now becoming a thing in the episode in the midst of them having a sing-off.
The recent allegations about Rob Turner's behavior are not aligned with the values we hold as a company. We have taken the necessary steps of digitally replacing him.
Fantastic conversation that again isn't had on this show. It focuses somehow on Tedros and Jocelyn, who have close to nothing to do with this, but what a conversation it would be if you made a series where you look at media companies and how they react in haste to what the fans are saying without actually knowing the facts. Do we search for the truth, or do we just search to appease the people? Like, what do media companies do? Why do they do this? What are the rights of actors? Who is right? Who is wrong? How do we figure that out before we start making these decisions? What a great conversation that wasn't had on the show, because the show glosses over everything poignant about Hollywood and the machine. I'm wearing an Elsa wig.
What evidence do they have?
Well, I mean, you saw the girl, right? Was he ever weird with you, though?
No.
I've heard stories.
You just met him yesterday. You try to karate kick him. You don't know, bro. What the hell is the show? Next, we're gonna have Mike Dean be like, yeah. Back in the day when I was synthesizing some shit, I saw him synthesize a girl the wrong way. I'm Mike Dean. I've been here 5 days. Someone give me a shower.
What?
Things.
I was fine. He was real commercial.
Guys, maybe I should say something?
What the? We're not even done with this conversation, and Xander's like, yo, bro, drop that beat. Yo, man, I got 99 Prime, but a bitch ain't one. Is this now the time to be doing any of this?
Yeah.
You're gonna join the hit parade?
Why the not, right?
I mean, tough act to follow, but
Yeah.
yeah, let's hear it.
Oh, okay. Everyone's just completely glossed. Okay. So Rob had like 14 seconds of like, ooh, that's tough. We had that conversation. Now we forget about him. Great writing, guys. Fantastic writing.
Yeah, this is gonna be great.
Anyone singing My Sweet Lord is just, no, not on this show. He sings a rendition of George Harrison's amazing song and f***s it up. I mean, he doesn't actually f*** it up, but like, just playing this in the show annoyed me, like genuinely.
My sweet Lord.
God damn.
Come on.
Oh my Lord.
Are you kidding? Charles.
My favorite part about this is the like ad-libs after every like, oh my Lord. Oh shit, did you hear that shit? My sweet Lord. Oh shit, Jesus. So this guy's gonna come on tour and sing a famous person's song. That should be fun.
He didn't fucking Sophie.
I'm not leaving.
Then I'll call the cops.
Then I'll keep you hostage.
Then they'll fucking kill you.
Not before I kill you first.
In between George Harrison's amazing song, Tedros and Jocelyn have a fight, and she threatens to call the cops, and he threatens to take a hostage, which is a hell of a way to deal with someone calling the cops. Jeez, this show is devolving faster than a Pokemon on acid.
Pay him whatever the he wants to get out of my life forever.
Xander.
My God.
When's the last time you read the Little Red Riding Hood?
Okay, so everyone's happy that he was able to sing a song, and then Chaim goes to Tedros after Jocelyn says, pay him anything. And he does this in the most cringe way I think I've ever seen. Chaim talks about Red Riding Hood and uses it as an analogy, and tries to make it into like a mafia sort of sounding thing.
Remember there's this big bad wolf, yeah, and he eats the grandmother and he eats the little girl, so...
They really do this. They really retell the story of this goddamn Red Riding Hood.
He sees the big bad wolf asleep on the grandma's bed. So he takes a scissors instead. He jams it into the wolf's guts and snip, snip, snip.
I remember. Thanks. After this one, you should see if he knows the Hungry Caterpillar. You could talk to him about that. Maybe scare him with that. Scare him with some childhood rhymes. Dr. Seuss.
Reading this to my 5-year-old daughter. She says to me, Daddy, you were a little boy. Were you scared? I said, no. I am the hunter.
Fantastic. What is this story supposed to scare someone? You recited Red Riding Hood and then said you're the hunter. Like, who? What does this even mean in the context of anything? Are you gonna hunt him? This is so stupid. It just hurts my brain. In the meantime, Jocelyn does some sensual dance performance. I honestly repressed that from my head. I forgot that it even happened. Hopefully someone tells her at some point she has to sing it and dance. So like just doing the dance, maybe not the best idea for the vocal control that you'll need. That would be if it was realistic. But anyway, okay, yes. Tedros gets dragged out by the police who happen to just be waiting there. I don't know why.
I believe people should be paid for their work.
Turns out they're not police. They're just two people who work for Chaim.
$500,000 for you, Mauricio Jackson. For this, you get the f*** out of our lives. We don't hear from you. We don't see you. Nothing.
So then Chaim gives him $500,000 and says, "This is for your services. Now leave our lives." And Tedros does this.
She's worth so much more than money.
I'm gonna go to Plan B. I f***ing love Plan B.
So after tearing up the check, Chaim says we go to Plan B, says he loves it. Then he leaves the car, and presumably Tedros dies if not rolling down the window. I don't know. Apparently he's just left in a car. Where was the car this whole time? So many questions, so little answers.
What do you think?
That was f***ing fire. I wish I brought a change of shorts. Are you f***ing kidding me?
Yep, so then she basically grinds up on her tour manager or whatever he is, and he's like, bruh. He basically says some inappropriate stuff. I don't know, I think he said he creamed his shorts, basically. He's very happy with everything on tour. Everyone is doing a great job by dancing and singing, and they're all going on tour. It's fantastic.
I just want to say, as your fan, that is one of the most f***ing incredible songs. It was so raw and f***ing hot. As a parent figure, I f***ing couldn't be more proud of you.
That's a weird thing to say after she's like on his lap, grinding up on him, and he almost confessed to creaming himself to her. So that's a weird, very weird thing to say, brother. Okay. Oh, okay. So I guess somehow Leia decides to leave. She leaves a note, and that's it. That's God. That's how her story ends. What a horrible, disgusting ending. It has no replay value. Nobody wants to see a character be put through that and then see no comeuppance. Why would anybody want to go through this journey again? When the Coen brothers made No Country for Old Men, they made a antagonist that was so evil that you couldn't look away. And the reason it worked is because he was also in some ways very intriguing, and you couldn't help but wonder where he came from, what he did. And it was a very, very good look at the revisionist Westerns and also the anti-Westerns. But they can toe that line because they're very good at what they do. This is like that if you strip away all of the talent.
We are so proud of all your hard work, but there's been a bit of a hiccup.
What do you mean?
We're going to have to hold the release of the song. You're a star. And I will see you soon.
That is the last we see of them. So she just gets, pwned and then she leaves. And there is no exploration of management and artists and how the music industry has proven over the time that it's been alive to be one of the worst, most lopsided industries in terms of managers and artists and how people get eaten alive in that industry. It's one of the most horrible places to be, but nobody seems to want to explain that on a show like this. Why would you? But let's touch upon it and then leave. There's like 100 themes you could have done here, and you did 0, guys.
When's your story due?
Friday.
Well, you might want to fucking hold it.
Why?
My girl's in a lot of trouble, and I could use your help.
I'm listening.
So Chaim goes to that Vanity Fair reporter, and then he explains that he's got a bigger story, and it involves Tedros, whose name is Marcio, whatever his name is, and so they're gonna write that story in Vanity Fair instead. This should be fun. Don't know what the original story was, to be honest.
You know, I'm telling you, there's a gold mine in mental illness. This thing is worth a fortune. I'm f***ing serious. All you have to do is admit it, and then people feel sorry for you.
Saying mental illness is a gold mine is one of the most horrendous things I've ever heard someone say. If it's meant to be horrendous, they should have probably said it at the start of the show so they could then touch upon it, explore the themes and then the philosophy behind it. But just saying it in passing, at the starting episode they said mental illness is sexy, and in episode 5 they say it's a gold mine. That's a really hurtful thing to say for anyone who suffers from mental illness. That's really, really shit.
She dropped 3 hit singles in 6 fucking weeks. And most importantly, that psychopath is out of our lives.
Oh, yeah,
for good.
got rid of him.
Wait, so now Nikki doesn't... I thought Nikki liked him and said he was cool. Was she just doing this to... I don't get it. So now they didn't like each other. What the... And then furthermore, Dee and Chaim said, F Nikki, we're not going to work with her, but everyone's back to normal, like there's nothing wrong. What the hell happened in the series? I'm assuming a Vanity Fair article dropped, everyone saw him outed as a prisoner and something like that. I think they should sort of explain it, but it's so badly explained. I'm just trying to catch up, honestly.
We couldn't even get rid of him.
Tell me about it.
The quotes from the hookers he used to pimp out.
yeah.
The one girl he used to I didn't think he had it in him.
Got quotes from hookers? How do they find... God damn. That's credible. That's incredible. My God. I never thought I'd hear Vanity Fair. That should have been the article name. Quotes from hookers. Ew, Tedros. Rat tail guy.
My name is Tedros. I was wondering if Jocelyn left an artist pass for me.
Could it be under a different name?
Mauricio Jackson.
You have a great night, Mr. Jackson.
Yeah, that's how tickets work.
Thank you.
Apparently, even throughout the article and whatever, Mauricio comes back and asks the ticket person, has Jocelyn left anything for him? And sure enough, she has left a ticket under the name Mauricio Jackson.
You know he lost his club.
Guy lost
Good.
everything.
I mean, thank God.
Yeah.
Lost his
Even his
club.
rat tail they took.
But did you see the music video he made in 2011? He was still rapping.
They start talking about Mauricio's come-up story, and this should have probably been at the start of the series if you wanted some backstory. It's weird to give a character backstory 3 minutes before the series ends. That's probably one of the worst decisions I've ever seen in a TV show. But apparently he was a person who started rapping, which shows to me he had inspiration to be a musician. And if that failed, it could give us further insight as to why he became a vindictive pump musician. If I knew that at the very start, I would have at least more either empathy or sympathy for the character, or at least believe it more. Weird to show this now or to say it now.
We ruined him.
It's a weird thing that's happening in the final episode. We're now supposed to be rooting for Tedros because they're making these characters so antagonistic. They're now like ridiculing Tedros for having dreams, for having inspirations. And the natural instinct when you're watching a show like this is to be like, oh, okay, we root for the underdogs. Suddenly, after 5 episodes, we're making Tedros, this person we absolutely hated, the underdog, and are supposed to like him, but he did nothing to deserve that. This is so stupid. Like, this is incredibly bad writing. I don't even know how to interpret it. It's almost artistically bad.
Tedros. Tedros who?
Just Tedros, she knows me.
It's Tedros, bruh. Like DJ Khaled, you know what I mean?
Another one. You said she never heard of it. I heard it. Tetro? You gotta go. Nah, man, I'm fucking with you, man. Go on up in there.
What the hell was this scene even? Since when? Who wrote security guards mess with Tedros? He got the pass. He literally has the damn thing in his hand. What a weird directing choice to have a weird, I don't know, long shot with 4 people in it, upper mid shot, to not cut between 2 people to see the tension rising. Glasses placed on his eyes so you couldn't even see the tension if you wanted to. What a really weird choice to direct this. I am constantly surprised at the directing choices here.
Hurry up, Don Juan. Your suit blinded me.
Sit down. Listen, I don't give a about your past.
That's a crazy thing to say, considering he's been in jail and threatened to kill her yesterday. Okay, then. What a hell of a manager you are, man.
We all gotta do what we gotta do to survive. If you muff up and you hurt her...
What a weird way need to do this. They have never censored anything in the whole show. They've been saying like a million F words. And she picks now to be like, if you muff up, if you F this S up, I'm gonna kick your A. Do you understand me, B? What? Is this not the time to actually drop the F-bomb because the character's intent is so raw and honest that it warrants that? What is this writing in the show? Oh, if you muff up, I'm gonna muff you up. Muffa fuffa. That's gonna be my new saying from now on. Muffa fuffa.
I will hunt you down like a motherfucker.
No. Muffa fuffin' dog you are.
Enjoy the motherfucking show.
Enjoy the muffa fuffin' show, fuffer. So Tedros now looks somewhat sympathetic. He looks defeated. He's sitting there. He has no power. Everyone else has power over him. We're supposed to see the power dynamic switch. And Jocelyn now looks like the one in power. If you were going to shoot this like a good director, you would have shot it in a long shot. Maybe her coming down the stairs showing that she has more power. If you shoot like a low angle than a high angle, usually the cinematic language indicates the person with the lower angle seen upwards is the person in power because you're looking up at them. If you want to see a good movie on that, Sam, check Parasite out.
I'm really glad you came.
You know what I mean? If they shot her a bit lower, that would be great. I'm not a cinematographer, I just like directing, but my God. If they gave me this show, I'd at least try.
I missed you.
I missed you too.
You know, when I first watched this, I thought it was a dream sequence because, like, anyone watching this still at this point in the show would be like, what? She hated him, like, yesterday. What happened since things happened? Nothing happened. None of this is warranted. I thought it was a damn dream. Like the end of Taxi Driver, spoiler alert, where Travis gets in the car and his girl is there, but he doesn't know if it's real. We don't know if it's real. Is it a fantasy sequence? Is it not? I don't know. But this is apparently real.
Did you say this was the brush your mom beat you with?
Tedros looks at the brush that her mom used to smack her up with, and then he realizes it's not been touched. And I'm assuming the audience is now supposed to think Jocelyn lied to get her way, or she's maybe graduated to the manipulator of this relationship, or relationship, as I like to call it. I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point.
I did.
It's brand new.
Who is he even looking at this point? He's looked at it like he was Sherlock Holmes, and he's like, it's brand new. God damn. She was on the other side. I know I'm nitpicking, but my God. This is like actual theater acting at this point. You just wouldn't do that realistically. But okay, that's fine. Who am I to judge? Yeah, no, that's the eye line. That would be the eye line you'd maintain naturally. You wouldn't cheat towards the camera because as an actor, you wouldn't know the camera's there. You don't break the fourth wall usually. That's not a fourth wall break, but it's very close. So, you know, if you were to look at something, you'd probably just look up, look down, or maybe look at the person that you were addressing. I'm not teaching acting class. I'm not trying to teach directing class. I'm just trying to get through this.
My family.
I thought he was opening for her. Why the hell is he in the audience, G? That's inconsistent. Who the hell opened for her then? What the hell happened? Isaac and them are in the stands like everyone else. God, they must have been really sad to know that they weren't performing at all. My God. Why is there a red moon there? Alright, whatever.
I've had a tough year. This world can be a cruel and unforgiving place.
God, this is a big crowd, man. I didn't know her music was that popular. This is a crowd of 6 million people. It's like the Live Aid concert. Jesus.
Tonight is incredibly special because I have the opportunity to introduce you to the love of my life, Tedros.
So then in the wildest, you know, turn of events sequence that you'll see, I thought maybe perhaps she was going to say Rob or something else. And at the end, we'd be fooled. And there'd be some sort of like, oh, okay, well, that was an interesting ending. She brought Tedros out just to show him that she could do better or something. You'd have that thematic thing run through. But no, she says Tedros out of all things.
Will you please join us?
You're mine. Forever. Now go stand over there.
She then says, "You're mine forever, now go stand over there." And I don't know what any of this means. That is up for us to decide after this. And that's how the show ends. So that was 5 episodes of the worst garbage you'll ever see. I decided to deep dive into this today because I don't like my life. I have many questions. What the hell has happened to the ending? What is happening to the world? Why did I watch this? I can't believe I watched this. What is wrong with me? I had to go to therapy after this. Did you like the show? Is it good? Because I don't know if I like it. Apparently after this, The Weeknd said that he wanted to do season 2. Everyone was like, hell no. I wish the show was about someone who either played the machine of music and actually talked about the industry and how it sucks people up and leaves them battered. I wish it talked about mental health more, about how difference in classism, when you get like up in stature, what you do to your friends, how you see them, how you view them, people trying to be yes men, people coming into your life. It's got a lot of opportunities to talk about Hollywood in a very introspective way, to look at the inside, the inner workings, and lots of people, the normal average people, don't know how Hollywood works, including myself for the most part. It would have been great to see a show about that with people who know what it actually looks like. But instead we got this mess. I want to know what happened to Rob and why he just got there's nothing happened. They just ruined his life in passing. Jenny Kim's life got ruined. Tedros' life got infinitely better for no reason. Isaac never put a shirt on. I don't really know what to say more about the show. People have rated it a whole 19%, as I've said. And when you have your own fan base telling you to stick to, singing and doing what you do best, maybe this is not the best thing. And, I know that I've been really negative about the show, and I think that failure is a great teacher because you never learn anything from success. So maybe these two can learn something. But right now, I think we have to also learn from the fact that maybe you shouldn't make another show for a while. If there's one thing I can say is that I'm really a fan of cinema. It's been my dream to make cinema and film and television. And so I've studied it since I was like a kid. Before I even took a media class, I used to study films religiously, like an actual nerd. So I have like a decent knowledge of things. I don't think that what I do is correct for the most part. Like all of what I'm saying is an opinion. They could be doing this completely differently and better than what I could think of. But in my opinion, this sucks. That's really all I have to say. I hope that things get better, and the greatest thing to come out of this whole show was that one song The Weeknd did with Madonna. That's a cool song. Other than that, I really want to take this wig off. It's so itchy.
Look at the top of his head!
Whew. My God, I feel way better without the rat tail. Thank you guys for watching this deep dive. If there's any other show that you want me to deep dive on, maybe talk about cinema or something else, I would be happy to do that. Hopefully we can find a good show one day, but until then, there's more shit out there and I have to watch it. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Bye-bye.